How we doing, folks? Here we go. How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. How we doing? We're back at it. Let me get the right lighting. How we doing, folks? Oh, not that one. It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Health Coach. That's probably the best one. Here to talk about all things type 2 diabetes for this holiday season. Okay? What's going to be going on with type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar, the blood sugar roller coaster during the holiday seasons? We're going to find out today. We're going to crack the code on what's happening behind the scenes during the holiday seasons, like Thanksgiving, when we eat a lot of food. What's going on behind the scenes? How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Gretchen Smith, shout out to you. Sparky, shout out to you, Sparky. Karina Vasquez, shout out to you as well. Sugar Plum, shout out to y'all. It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. You know what? Let me turn my camera around. Let me do that. A couple of folks coming in, probably coming in from all over the place. Harris, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for joining us live. We just turned the live on. We literally just started like a minute or two ago. So we're going to get going here in a little bit. But as y'all know, my name is Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways, Houston, Texas. Been here 11 years, coming up on 12 years now. Woo, 12 years. Man, quite a while. Almost 15 years in Texas altogether. Man, so like I said before, I think that's a decade and a half. I think it might be time to move somewhere else, see a different part of the world. Yeah. Thinking about maybe Thailand. Seeing Thailand, what's happening over there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But how we doing, folks? But right now I'm in Houston, Texas. Been here 11 years, almost 12. But how we doing, folks? Do me a favor and tap in with me and let me know where you from. What city are you from? What country you from? What state you're from? Let me know where you're from. My name's Kelley. We talk about all things type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood sugar. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, here we go. I can bring it over. There we go. High blood sugar, we talk about all of that. And the question is, how do you bring it down? Ontario, Oregon, shout out to you. Shout out to Ontario, Oregon, Karina. How do you bring it down? That's the question. Can you bring your blood sugar down during the holiday season, or does it have to stay high? Or if it's high, does it always have to be high? No. Is there smarter ways to do it? Yeah, there's smarter ways to do it. Is there better ways to do it? Yeah, there's better ways to do it. That's what we're going to uncrack. That's what we're going to uncover here on today's live. Type 2 diabetes is a very, very reversible condition, folks. Like I say all the time. It's a very, very reversible condition. It's just about what you do every day. So what you do every day that matters when it comes to your blood sugar, especially during this holiday season, right? Especially during that time. How do I know that diabetes is reversible? Well, it's because I did it myself. Well, type 2 diabetes. How do I know? I did it. Had diabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and I was obese. The triple whammy, the triple whammy. Called the hat trick. You get 3 diagnoses at the same doctor's visit, folks. 3. When you play hockey, you score 3 goals in one game, they're going to celebrate you. They're going to throw their hats down on the ground, and they're going to say, you know what? Congratulations, you did a great job. But no, not for me. Thanksgiving used to be my favorite holiday, folks. It literally used to be my favorite holiday. You want to know why Thanksgiving used to be my favorite holiday? It's because I got to eat whatever I wanted. Whenever I wanted, for as long as, how much, all of it. I told you on an earlier live that my nephews and I, we used to have a competition to see who could eat the most food. Good morning to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let me see. Got a couple of questions. Headed to the gym now. Shout out to you. I want to be able to treat my mom, currently diagnosed with diabetes and high blood pressure. Rena, that's good. But the question is, does your mom want to be treated? All right. Does your mom want to be treated specifically by you? Here's why. It's because people don't resist change. They resist being changed. So if she's ready for change, that's going to be her decision. And when she's ready for change, you'll know it. You'll know it. But until she, but if she ain't ready for change, whoo! Now that, that arena is going to be an uphill battle. Not for her, but for you. Well, for both of you. But yeah, especially for you. I'm ready for change. I have high sugar and high cholesterol Well, if you have both of that, and Melissa said that she's ready for change. Let me see. My blood pressure is perfect, always below the threshold. Okay. A lot of people ready for change. A lot of people are ready for this thing to change. Even during this holiday season, you might say, "Listen, man, it's the holiday season. I ain't got time for change. I ain't got time for change." You want to know something? You want to know like you want to know like a fun fact? Diabetes doesn't care about the holidays. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. That's a fun fact. It doesn't care about the holidays. Shout out to you, Edgar Alvarado over here. What's up, Britton? How you doing? Type 2 diabetes. Here's the title of this live. Type 2 diabetes. So if you know anybody who's a type 2 diabetic, insulin resistance, suffering from high blood sugar, you know anybody who's struggling with that, forward this live over there to them. And do me a favor and also bebop that screen, double tap this screen and share this live out with anybody that you know that's struggling. Like I said, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, erectile dysfunction. These are all causes of, well, you guessed it, insulin resistance. Insulin resistance, folks, is the cause of all of that. And today, we're going to play, today's theme is all going to be about what happens during the holiday season when you eat too much daggone food. That's going to be the thing. And you have diabetes, insulin resistance already. We're going to draw up on here on the board. We're going to get on the board. So that's how my lives work. Come on, introduce myself. My name is Kelley, type 2 diabetic. Used to be type 2 diabetic, had heart disease, obesity. And then we're going to answer your questions. Any questions that you got, I'm going to get to your questions. So throw your questions in there. If you got questions at this point about all things type 2 diabetes, what to eat, what not to eat, whatever, we're going to get into it. And then I'm going to tell you how to fix this thing. Tell you how to eat better during the holiday season, folks. So you know your blood sugar ain't going crazy on this blood sugar roller coaster. So stick around with me today. We'll be here until noon Eastern time. So we'll be here. What is that? So we just started the live. We're 10 minutes in. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go until noon today. So buckle up, strap in, enjoy the ride. So if you got to go somewhere, come on back. Hey, we'll be here. We'll be here, folks. We're gonna make sure you start off good during this holiday season. So that's it. That's it. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. So during this holiday season, you especially want to be vigilant on your diet. Am I saying that you can't go out and hang out with friends and family and have a great time? I'm not saying that you can't do that. You want to do that. You want to go hang out with friends and family and laugh and catch up and all of that. But you can still do that, but not at the expense of your health, folks. Because you can pay attention to your health now, or you can pay with regret later. Those are the two things you can do. You can pay attention to your health now, or you can pay with regret later. So yeah, the holiday season is coming up. Enjoy a little something, but just don't go crazy with it. My doggies, they love to bark. My mom tends to put a load of salt in almost all her meals. Should I be concerned? Okay. What's your mom's status? You say your mom has diabetes, right? Yeah. How's the rest of her eating as well? Is the rest of her eating good? Yeah. Is the rest of her eating good? But yeah, if she's putting a lot of table salt, if you're talking about table salt, it could be cause for concern. But again, goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's got to be your mom's decision to want to make these changes. That's the big thing. Cancel Thanksgiving dinner, not willing to cook that same food. Okay, be healthy too. Look at you, be healthy too. You don't have to cancel things. I mean, I ain't saying you got to cancel Thanksgiving. I'm saying we can change up what we're eating, and we can start changing some traditions around, right? I ain't saying we got to cancel Thanksgiving. That's not what I'm saying. Because like I told you before, Thanksgiving used to be my favorite holiday. Not only did I get to eat what I wanted to eat, but I get to hang out and catch up with friends and family. Catch up with friends and family maybe only see during the holidays because they live in another state. You know? Tried that. They don't want new ideas. Yeah. Yeah, family is like I said before. When it comes to change, people are going to do whatever they want to do. If they're not ready for change, they ain't going to be ready for change. A lot of people tell me, like, listen, when it comes to their health and when it comes to their blood sugar being out of control, they tell me, listen, if I tell them, hey, don't eat this or don't eat that, two things that people tell me they ain't going to give up. They say they ain't going to give up their bacon and they ain't going to give up their cheese. They don't care how bad their health is. They don't want bacon. They ain't going to give up their bacon and not going to give up their cheese. So yeah, I get it. People don't want new ideas. Some people don't. They just say, hey, listen, we want what we want. 485 sugar level Tuesday, down to 208 now, but can't get it below 200. Okay, got it. I don't host anymore. I go there to their houses. So give up bacon, give up cheese. Okay. Yeah, bacon and cheese aren't great, folks. Bacon and cheese are not great. 485 sugar levels Tuesday. Yeah, let's go back to that one. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Can't get it, but that's good though. From 485 down to 200, you cut it in half. Here's the thing, folks. I talked about if you're struggling with type 2 diabetes, there's a lot of different things that you can do. I'm gonna wait for my doggies to stop barking. Post-surgery, I'm not moving. Okay. What kind of surgery? Like on your legs, arms? How much post-surgery? I'm not a physical therapist, so I can't tell you, hey, when to start moving. But that's between you and your physical therapist. Post-moving, I ain't moving much. Blood glucose over 200. Here's what I can tell you. I know you say you can't move much, but I'm going to tell you this. It's mostly what you're eating. It's predominantly what you're eating. When I say type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition, it is mainly your diet and what you are eating. What are we eating? A lot of crap, as I call it. Carbonated junk, refined sugar, artificial stuff, processed foods. We switched that whole thing up to real, whole, unprocessed foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, right? And leaner sources of protein, chicken, turkey, tofu, turkey with turkey season, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, fish. These are leaner sources of protein. Now, here's the thing, folks. If you need help with that, if you say, "Listen, I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling, right? I'm struggling with what to eat. My blood sugar's out of control. I'm struggling." If that's you, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. What is it? It is a 14-day blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, same blueprint that I use, I created it. I told you I had diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. All three. I don't have any anymore. Over 300 people have joined this blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? Like I said before, it's a nutrition blueprint. It's for those folks who are ready to get off the bottomless pit of more and more medication. If you ever find yourself, you just wake up one day, every day, and you're just like, man, every day it's just more and more and more medication. I feel like I'm just on a roller coaster to nowhere. Just this roller coaster is going up and down. If that's you, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Bless one. You show up, you do the work, you do it again the next day, you get the results. What's the results? People who have joined this challenge have gone from an 8 to a 6, taking their A1C from an 8 to a 6. Yeah, from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. From a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. This is their A1C. Some people's blood sugar have gone from a 500, over 500, to 173 in 8 days. On day 8, they're at a 173, but they started off at a fast 500. It's been people who have been over 300. Now, after the challenge, they're under 100 all the time. It's been people who's joined this challenge, their blood sugar stays elevated for hours. Now, when they eat, 2.5 hours later, their blood sugar is back to normal. Okay? Within 2 to 2.5 hours. And then that's how it's supposed to be. If you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with insulin resistance, if that's you, then you should join this challenge. Where is it? Here's where all the goodies are. I'm going to show you where all the goodies are, folks. Where are the goodies? Here it is. Let me show you where all the goodies are. If you click right up here, and then you click on my picture again, and then also do me a favor and share this live out with anybody you know struggling with this condition. But here's where all the goodies are, folks. Click on this, click on my picture again. It's going to take you to my page. Where's my page? Right here. Here it is. You see that link, folks? There's a link that says Linktree. See that link? Boom, Linktree. Here's where all the goodies are. That ain't it. Here it is. You see that link? Linktree. Boom. Click it. There it is. Same thing on my other socials as well. Click that link in my description. Here it is. There's a lot of freebies on here. If you have not grabbed these freebies, folks, what are you waiting for? It's a lot of freebies on there. What's on here? The quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. 2 minutes. That's all it's going to take you. What style of diabetes management do you have? Are you doing a great job? Are you doing a terrible job? Are you somewhere in the middle? This quiz, a lot of people don't like taking this quiz because this quiz is either going to reveal you or it's going to expose you, right? Go take it, though. It's a free quiz. The masterclass, 45-minute masterclass, absolutely free, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. Pay attention. That's all you got to pay. What's in it? Break down the lifestyle medicine formula. Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. The 4 areas that you got to get right if you ever want to kick type 2 diabetes to the curb. And then finally, for those who are ready for serious change, if you say, yeah, listen, every doctor visit feels like bad news on a repeat. If that's you, every doctor visit feels like bad news on repeat, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Here it is right here. Right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a challenge that is going to take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. You get outside of your comfort zone for 14 days, magical things are going to happen. There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you're eating. And then that's what this challenge is going to prove. That it is predominantly what you are eating. that has been causing your blood sugar to stay high and for you to be insulin resistant for all of these years. It's been the food. 14-day blueprint right here. Now, everything's free on the page. The quiz is free. The master class is free. Only thing that I got to charge you for, because it's real people getting real results in this 14-day challenge, is the challenge. It's $99 to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. 99 bucks. But here's the thing. While I'm live right now. We're doing the Black Friday deal. What Black Friday deal? Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. Right here. There it is. Black 25. Black 25 is the discount code to join the challenge for $69. 30% off to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge from this Black Friday time. So that's the code. Black 25. You join the challenge for $69 this week, right? This is the week to do it. It's Black Friday week, because other than that, it's going to go back. But for $69, what are you getting? Here's what you're getting. Okay? The blueprint that over 300 other people have followed. Over 300 people have joined this 14-day challenge. And like I said before, the results are amazing. We're talking about life-changing numbers here, folks. Life-changing numbers. Someone took their A1C, like I said, from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. From a 7.1, someone else from a 7.1 to a 5.7. There's been people that have been taken off of their medication by the doctor. I can't take you off your medication. I'm not the doctor. I don't have the audacity to do that, folks. I don't. But I can tell you, I can express with you, and I can share with you that it's been the food the entire time. You change what's at the end of your fork. It's going to change the way that you look at the world. Okay? It's going to change the way that your whole body expresses itself in as little as 14 days, because that's how badly your body wants to heal. If that's you, if you want your body, if you're ready for your body to heal badly, like, man, I'm ready. I'm so ready for my body to heal. I'm so ready to be done with this blood sugar stuff. If you're so ready to be done with this blood sugar stuff, if that's you, this constant roller coaster, that's you, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code BLACK25. The live discount code, $69. Stands between you and diabetes freedom. Okay? That's what stands between you. But there's also a lot of free stuff on my page too. There's the quiz, the master class, the PDF. That's all free. You can go get all. That's just all information. That's just all knowledge. You can take all the knowledge. But here's the thing, though. Knowledge without action is just entertainment, folks. Did you know that? That knowledge without some action behind it is simply entertainment. Those action takers, those folks are the ones who join the challenge. Those are the folks who join the challenge because they're about that action. But there's also people that come to my lives here, and they just listen to the information that I take in, and take in the information that I give them, and they just go execute on their own. They haven't even joined the challenge, and they just go execute on their own. They're just like, boom. They're like about that. Those are the ones, people that you call, they're about that life. Yeah. Those people are about that life. Like Becky Bex, she's one of them. She's lost what, 22 pounds? It's been people who have taken their A1C from a 9.5 to a 6.5 in a matter of a month. Just by implementing these lifestyle changes, folks. But if you say, listen, I need someone to hold my hand. Like, I don't know where to start, man. Like, please hold my hand. Help me. I need it. If that's you, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code BLACK25. That's all right. Let's go. Let's get into these questions. My dad has an A1C of a 13 in August. Now he's at a 6.5. Shout out to your dad. Once you're diabetic, you can't heal it. If you're type 1 diabetic, you're absolutely correct. Correct one. Type 1 diabetes is a permanent condition. Yes. Type 2 diabetes, not so much. Okay. It's the most reversible condition. One of the most reversible conditions that there is type 2 diabetes. Let's see if I missed any questions. Just take fiber Metamucil. No, DJ Khaled, another one. No. Just don't take fiber Metamucil. You want to know where the real fiber is when you go into the grocery store, right? And you look to the left and you look to the right and you see all those different colors of fruits and vegetables and orange and yellows and greens and purples and blacks and reds and yellows and orange. All those different colors. Those are different nutrient profiles. Different sources of fiber, right? That's fiber. So fruits and vegetables. That's where you get and beans. That's where you get the real fiber. Okay, how do I start? You click that link in my description. You click right here, and then you click on my picture again, and then you click on that link that says Linktree. That's where you start, folks. It's the Black Friday, and you enter that internet discount code BLACK25. It's gonna say 99, but you use BLACK25, it's gonna drop it down to 69. What can I do to stay healthy while young? I'm not trying to end up like my mom. God forbid. What can you do to stay healthy? Is you can maintain your pace. Having a peaceful mind. This is the master class. This is what I teach in the master class. Having a peace. Sometimes I go over the formula, but it's called the freedom formula. Stress management. So peaceful mind. Having an active body. That's the A. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. The C, clean eating. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods, mostly, predominantly. And E, get yourself a whole hell of a lot of effective sleep. And alcohol, alcohol, folks, is not going to be your friend. So no matter if you have diabetes or not, diabetes is not alcohol is not going to be your friend. Yep. Let's see. Can't thank you enough. I'm letting my mom. Can't thank you enough. I'm letting my mom know all the info. God bless. Shout out to you, Rena. I'm taking you to the gym right now, right? Then encouraging. Yeah. Shout out to you at the gym, Karina. You're swole on. Alexandria, I agree. Appreciate that. Saving lots of money. Okay. She was type 2. Who was the type 2? Can you remind me why I can't have yogurt? I'm not saying that you can't have yogurt. I'm just saying that dairy, Eliza, I'm not saying that you can't have dairy, yogurt, but it's part of dairy. Dairy is not designed for humans. Okay. It has a different nutrient profile. So dairy, I don't recommend dairy, folks. I don't recommend dairy, cheese. Now listen, you want to have a little dairy, you want to have a little cheese every once in a while. Okay, it's the Thanksgiving holiday. You want to have a little dairy. All right. But if you're having dairy every single day, you want to do it during the holiday season? Okay, great. You can do it during the holiday season. Holidays, have some dairy. But everyday use, dairy, yogurt, it's not great for overall health. It's not going to raise your blood sugar, but for overall health, dairy is not great, especially if you have insulin resistance. Especially if you're already struggling with insulin resistance, you eat a lot of dairy, it's going to increase a hormone called IGF-1. Insulin-like growth factor number 1. Here's the thing about insulin, folks. Yeah. Dairy, okay. Yeah. It's dairy. Yogurt's still dairy. Here's the thing about insulin, folks. Insulin has 2 jobs. Insulin has 2 jobs. Well, it has a lot of jobs, but its main job, one of its main jobs, is to take the energy from the cell, from the food that you just ate, open the door to the cell from the food that you just ate and put it into the cells. That is the job of insulin, so that you can have energy. That's one of the responsibilities. The other responsibility is making things grow. Insulin makes things grow. Why do you think when someone gets pregnant, a lot of people ask me, well, when I get pregnant, why do I get gestational diabetes when I'm pregnant? Well, the reason you get women get gestational diabetes when they're pregnant and they're more insulin resistant when they're pregnant is because insulin, you need more of it to make things grow. So your body's producing more insulin. What needs to grow? Oh yeah, the baby needs to grow. Like breast milk and all that stuff, all of that different stuff needs to grow, right? Umbilical cords and all that stuff needs to grow. So therefore, insulin, you get more. It's why women get gestational diabetes, because they need more insulin to make things grow. So insulin has two jobs, folks: to put things into the cells and to also make things grow. You eat a lot of dairy, you produce IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor number 1. That's just a fancy way of saying you're going to make things grow a lot quicker than what they should. It's why babies, I was talking to someone the other day, and they said they almost had a 12-pound baby. The baby was almost 12 pounds. This was due to her having gestational diabetes while she was pregnant. And as time went on, it got worse and worse and worse. The insulin resistance, therefore, she had a big baby. My baby was 12 pounds. Yeah. Did you have gestational diabetes? Or do you have diabetes during the time when you were pregnant? Or some form of that, right? So that's why the babies get bigger, because they're exposed to a lot more insulin. Exactly, yes. They're exposed to a lot more insulin. You ever notice that little kids now, and like, how is the little kid like? He's like 3 years old, but he's like really heavy. He's 5 and he's really heavy. Well, it's because when he was in the womb, he or she was in the womb, they were exposed to a whole heck of a lot of insulin. And as a result, now when they're 2 and 3 years old, they've already been exposed to this stuff all their life. So it's easy for them to grow, to get bigger real fast. Isn't it crazy what insulin does, folks? So that's the two jobs of insulin. The main two, there's more stuff that it does, but those are the main two things that it does. Isn't that crazy? And when you drink a lot of dairy, you produce more of it. I wonder if that has something to do with getting type 2 diabetes when you get younger. Yeah, it does. It has everything to do with it. It has everything to do with it. Tammy? Has everything to do with it. Like I said, it's why with the babies, shout out to Dr. Elijah, it's why babies get big. So big babies due to all of this insulin. Appreciate you, Dr. Elijah. Thank you, boss. Babies get big. That's why kids 2 years old now are getting diabetes at 2 years. Like, how you 3 years old, you get diagnosed with diabetes at 3? Oh, that's crazy. It didn't just start there. It started with the mother. It even started before that. It started with her mother. That's who it started with. So when people say diabetes runs in my family, no. Diabetes, yeah, runs in your family. Okay, sure. If your mom had it, your sister had it, everybody's got it. Yeah, you probably gonna get it too. You probably gonna get it too. That's because you live the same lifestyle that they lived. But you got to break that cycle. If you break that cycle, it's not going to be the genetics. Yeah, the genetics will set the stage, sure. But it's your lifestyle that's going to steal the show. Because ultimately, type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. You get it at a young age, type 2 diabetes, I'm talking about type 2 diabetes. Different than type 1. You get type 1 at a young age, that's totally different than getting type 2 at a young age. You feel what I'm saying? Type 1 is a permanent condition. That means that your pancreas is pretty much destroyed. The beta cells are destroyed, the cells that produce insulin. But when you're a type 2 diabetic as a kid, 3 years old, it's because you got too much insulin. You were exposed to it already at a young age. You're like a little zygote already getting exposed to a lot of insulin. So that's how it goes, folks. That's just the circle of life. You know what I mean? That's just the circle of life. That's how life goes. It's passed down from generation to generation to generation, but you can be the one that breaks that cycle. You can be the one in your family. You can be the one that says, you know what? I'm breaking that whole cycle. Psh. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. I want you to write that one down, folks. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. And you destroyed it. You just like obliterated it. Boom. There's no more 2 and 3 year olds in your family that are going to get diabetes at 2 and 3 years old, type 2 diabetes. That's insane, folks. They haven't even made it to pre-K yet. They haven't even made it to kindergarten yet. They already got type 2 diabetes. Man, these folks are giving me violations. They crazy today. Who knows? It's one of those days. But we'll come back, though. We'll come back. They're probably going to kick a bunch of y'all off. Sorry about that. Hope they don't kick y'all off, but they probably will. But here we go, folks. In the meantime, if you were ready to join that challenge, before they kick you off, use that discount code with BLACK25, folks. Use that discount code BLACK25. Because of poor choices. Yep. Now I'm at a 6.3, 6 foot 195. Even if you have type 1 and type 2 in the family, type 1 is different. Type 1 is totally different. That if you can watch this documentary called Utterly, it's not a documentary, it's a lecture. It's called Utterly Amazing. It's going to break down the whole type 1, where type 1 diabetes comes from, all of that stuff, family genetics, all of that. How's my glucose 129, but the A1C 7.1? I don't understand. I understand, because 129 is in the diabetic range. That's in the diabetic range, folks. That's what 129 is. You know what I mean? That's 129. That's the average. If you do the average, yeah, it might come out to about a 7.1 or so. That makes total sense to me. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. That's it. And you ended it. You ended it. So how do you reverse pre-diabetes? The same way you reverse type 2 diabetes. Okay? Same way you reverse type 2 diabetes. How do you do that? You do that through changing your lifestyle. Lifestyle first, medication second. It's predominantly what you're eating, which we're going to talk about next. We're going to take an intermission. We're going to take an intermission, folks. Come back with me in about 5 minutes. We're going to take a 5-minute intermission, but we'll be back. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. Come back in 5 minutes, because like I said, we're going to bring some more folks back who they kicked off. So come back with me. Join my live in about 5 more minutes. We'll be back. But in the meantime, folks, while we're gone, use that discount code BLACK25. You're going to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $69. That's the Black Friday deal. I wake up every morning with my glucose either 80 or lower, but my A1C is a 6. Okay. 80 or lower. Okay. A1C is a 6. That's how long has this been going on? Is this something been going on for a while, or has this been something that's recent? Because how long has it been? How long you been monitoring this? You know what I mean? But until then, folks, hey, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, folks. Come back in 5 minutes. We'll be back. Yeah. Kelley, people on YouTube can't see you. You can't see me? Hold on. What do you mean you can't see me? Can you see me over here? Can you guys see me? So you can't see me. What do you mean you can't see me? Let's see. 8:26. Yeah, 20 minutes ago. Huh. Well, we'll be back in a sec, folks. We'll reset it. All right, folks, we're back. All right, folks, we're back. We're back, folks. How we doing? Nichelle, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Nichelle? How are you? How's everything going over there on my YouTube side, my YouTube channel over here? Let me fix it up over here. Let's see. All right, how we doing, folks? Welcome back. It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. We had a little brief intermission there for a second, but we're back. Little brief intermission, but we're back. Welcome back, folks. Do me a favor. We're going to finish our conversation. Do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen. What does it mean to bebop the screen? That means to double tap that screen. Double tap that screen, and then share this live out with anybody that you know struggling with this condition. What condition is that? Insulin resistance, high blood sugars. I mean, all of that. Let me fix all my stuff over here. We were talking about what's happening during this holiday season. What's going down in this holiday season as far as Thanksgiving is concerned, and how to tackle Thanksgiving the best way. Some of the tricks that you can learn. What's we're going to talk about today? Thank you, Angela. We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to get on the board here in a second. If you're just joining us, we're going to have to talk about what happens, a real life illustration of your blood sugar during the holiday season. What happens? Whoo! Lots of craziness. But here's the thing, though. Let's get down to the root of it. Down to the root of this whole thing is type 2 diabetes is a reversible, dietary is a very, very reversible condition. Why? It's because it's a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. Meaning it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition. So if it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, shouldn't it be your diet and lifestyle that gets you out of the condition, folks? Yeah. How do you get off of the blood sugar roller coaster? The ups, the downs. Sometimes it doesn't even come down. Sometimes you're on that roller coaster so high, you went so high that you can't even come down. Your blood sugar. Now they're cutting my lawn. It was the dogs before, now it's the lawn. Now it's the lawn guy, but they come every other Wednesday, so it's all good. It is all good. How we doing, folks? My name's Kelley, certified holistic nutritionist. Do me a favor, tap in with me and let me know where you're from, what city you're from, what country you're from. Bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. What condition is that? Erectile dysfunction, all things pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, all these forms of diabetes, insulin resistance, pre-diabetes. People say, well, what's pre-diabetes? Pre-diabetes is I'm okay if I'm a pre-diabetic, right? No. Pre-diabetes means that you're already sick. It means you've already got insulin resistance. It means that it just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all that pre-diabetes means. That's all it means. It's just how bad did you let it get? Did you let it get bad enough where they got to prescribe some medication for you? Did you let it get that bad? We don't want to let it get that bad. So let's get back into it, folks. My name's Kelley, certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. A couple of more folks coming into the room. Do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Russell, shout out to you for joining the live. Who else? Mark Bertram, shout out to you for joining the live. Mark Tumalo, shout out to you for joining the live. Share this live out with anybody you know struggling with these conditions. We're getting ready to jump up here on the board, folks, and we're going to talk about what happens in the holiday season when you eat too much. when your blood sugar gets out of control. So let's get into it. My name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. Talk about all things type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. Oh, let me close the door. We talk about getting you off of that blood sugar roller coaster. Let me set all my stuff up over here. Make sure we're set. All right. I tried to get this big black mark over here, but I couldn't. But anyhow, we're getting ready to talk about, folks, the blood sugar roller coaster. Blood sugar roller coaster. I ain't talking about the roller coaster of love. I'm talking about the blood sugar roller coaster. This is the blood sugar this is the roller coaster that you don't want to be on, especially during Thanksgiving. And I'm going to show you exactly what happens at Thanksgiving when we eat too much food, folks. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the menu, folks. It's Thanksgiving time. Let's get into the menu. Do me a favor, folks. My name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. We're going to get into this menu right now. What's the menu? Thanksgiving menu. Put what's on the menu. What's on your menu? Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, folks. What we got on the plate? Like family traditions. Like what we got? We got hog maws. We got neck bones. We got collard greens. We got macaroni and cheese. We got green bean casserole. Like what's on the menu tomorrow, folks? Start putting it in the chat. Let me know what's on the menu. What's on your menu? What's on your family's menu typically? I can tell you usually what was on my family's menu. Macaroni and cheese. I would make the mac. Sometimes we go back and forth. Sometimes my mom would make the macaroni and cheese. Like she make the macaroni and cheese, but I took her recipe and I perfected it. I was like, appreciate you teaching me that, Mom. So let me go and let me perfect this. So what's on your menu during Thanksgiving? What's on the menu, folks? You got to know. That's rule number one. Rule number one is knowing what's on the menu. To get off of this blood sugar roller coaster, especially during this holiday season, you got to know what's on the menu. Mashed potatoes. Here we go. All right. We only got one person with the mashed potatoes. That's going on the menu. All right. Yup. Mashed potatoes. What else? What else is on the menu, folks? Anything else on the menu? I told you what was on my menu. Macaroni and cheese. All types of stuff. What's on your family's menu, though? I eat meat, eggs, and salad to control my diabetes. All right, that's what you eat during Thanksgiving? Question is, what are you eating during Thanksgiving? That's the question, though. What are you eating during Thanksgiving? That's the question. Sweet potato casserole. Okay, got it. The sweet potato casserole, that's a good one. Sweet potato souffles, my mom used to call it. What you put in there? The marshmallows you put on. What else you put in there? Okay. Here's the thing about this blood sugar. All right, you guys got to participate in the game, though. What's up? If you're just joining the live, folks, here's what we're doing. We're playing a little game of what happens to your blood sugar through suffering from insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes during the holiday season. Like what can happen to your blood sugar? This is what we want to try to prevent, folks. But so the point of the game now is, what do we have and what's on the menu? That's step number one. Step number one is knowing what's on the menu. Step number one of managing your blood sugar during Thanksgiving. Step number one is knowing what the heck is on the menu, folks. So what's on the menu? Y'all can, come on, let me know. What's on the menu? All right, all right, pumpkin pie. All right, that's it. All right, y'all are not very cooperative today. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Pumpkin pie. All right, there we go. Turkey. Okay. Okay, somebody said a Greek salad. Okay, that's a different one, a Greek salad. No one's ever said that's on the menu, but okay. Turkey, yeah, shout out to you. Yup, chicken and dressing. Yeah, that's another one. Chicken and dressing. Deviled eggs. There you go. See, I knew something was on y'all menu. You know, they're being all bashful and stuff. Like, oh, I'm going to Thanksgiving. I don't eat anything. I'll just have some water. Water. You know what? Put a lemon in it. You know you ain't going to no Thanksgiving dinner and just having lemon and water. What you having for Thanksgiving, folks? Come on now. All right, let's see. You got chicken dressing, deviled eggs. There you go. Spinach. Okay, that's a new one. Lisa beans, or lima beans. Okay, lima beans. I think that's what you mean. Hey, what's up? Ham. Okay, somebody else has got ham. Lima beans. Yep, I see you. I see you. Nobody's for the macaroni and cheese. Nobody's doing macaroni and cheese this year. That's different. Nobody's doing a green bean casserole this year. I mean, man, y'all menus sound kind of boring this year. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You guys have got some pretty boring menus this year. Yeah. All right. Greens, sweet potatoes made with maple syrup, vegan butter. Okay, there you go. There goes some stuff. Rotel chicken pasta. There you go. I'm allergic to dairy. All right. I don't recommend dairy, so it's good that you're allergic to dairy. It's good that you're allergic to dairy, because we shouldn't be having dairy. Because dairy is not meant for us. It's meant for a whole different. We'll talk about that. It's a whole different thing. All right, dressing, turkey, great. There we go, Miss Pat. There you go. There you go. This is the menu right here. What's on the menu, folks? Dressing, turkey, gravy, sweet potato pie, potato salad. That's what I'm talking about. This is real stuff that's on the menu, folks. Macaroni and cheese and ham. This is real stuff that's on the menu. Mac and cheese with vegan heavy cream and vegan cheese. All right, and yams. Says Miss Brenda Young, and yams. Ideally, thank you for sharing all that stuff. Ideally, here's what you want. This is called the blood sugar roller coaster. Ideally, what you want, folks, is your blood sugar to stay around this range right here. Between 70 and 100 is where you want your blood sugar to be normal. You don't want it to be above 100. You don't want it to be below 70. You want it to be somewhere right in the middle. But when it comes to being on a blood sugar roller coaster, the foods that you eat, are going to have a huge impact on how you feel. Huge impact on what happens to your blood sugar, especially during Thanksgiving. So let's talk about it. All right, well, what happens in the morning? What happens when we eat some of those? We wake up in the morning, let's just say our blood sugar is 85. We wake up in the morning and we eat some of them yams. 8 a.m., we eat some of them yams. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when we eat some of them yams at 8 a.m.? We're going to talk about it. What happens when you eat the potato salad? You just wake up in the morning, you eat the potato salad at 8 a.m. What's going to happen to your blood sugar? It's at an 85, right? You wake up, it's at an 85. What's going to happen? We want it between 70 and 100. You wake up in the morning, it's at an 85. That's perfect. But you wake up in the morning, you eat that donuts. Let's just say you eat them donuts, you eat whatever. Okay, well, let me ask the question like this, folks. What happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat carbohydrates? Things like pasta, things like yams, things like the turkey, the dressing, the potato salad, folks. What happens to your blood sugar at that point? We're talking about what happens during Thanksgiving. Well, what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat those kind of things? Okay, no guesses. Nobody knows what happens to your blood sugar. Okay, well, what happens when you eat bread? What happens when you eat pasta? Anybody know what happens to your blood sugar? Does it stay the same? Does it go down? Does it go up maybe? All right. I think y'all are already full. All right, there we go. All right, some people are participating. A couple of folks are participating today. It spikes. Yep, that's it. You eat them yams in the morning, it's going to spike. It's going to spike just like that. That's what it's going to do. Let me move this over. That's what it's going to do. But here's the thing. When it spikes like that, guess what's going to happen? It's supposed to what? Come back down. Here's the thing. Here's what's supposed to happen. When you eat food, it's supposed to just stay within this range right here. When you eat, your blood sugar is supposed to be between 80 and 100, like all day. Like that's how it's supposed to be. But when you wake up in the morning, or you eat some food, it might go up a little bit, and then it'll come down within a couple of hours. But you see, when we eat a bunch of junk, depending on what we eat, it could stay high or it could come down. Typically, if you eat something really, really like a donut or something, it'll go up and then it'll come down very, very quickly. Let's just say you eat a donut in the morning for breakfast, Ho-Ho Twinkie, or maybe mom's pancakes in the morning for breakfast. It's going to go up quickly and then it's going to come down. Okay. Now we're at about 10 a.m. Your blood sugar went down. Maybe you got sleepy and then it came back up. All right, now you're snacking throughout the day. We're snacking. What are we snacking on throughout the day? We're snacking on all the food that we're cooking, aren't we? That's what we're snacking on. Your blood sugar's staying high. Snacking. Am I saying that you can't enjoy yourself during Thanksgiving? No, you can enjoy yourself during Thanksgiving, but we got to limit the snacking, folks. It's the snacking that's going to get us. The snacking on all of the taste testing and all that stuff, that's the stuff that's going to get us. That's going to cause our blood sugar to go out of control. But now, let's say, all right, dinner time is here, and we have that huge, big plate at dinner. You have that huge, big plate at dinner. Somebody says, why can't I enjoy the foods I like? Well, here's the thing. If you're insulin resistant, you can't enjoy the foods that you like because that means that you've already enjoyed the foods that you like. So therefore, you gotta change up a couple of things. You can enjoy the foods that you like, but here's the thing. Your blood sugar doesn't care about the food that you care about that you like. Okay? You can still have those foods. You just got to eat them the right way, which we're going to talk about. How do you eat the foods the right way, especially during Thanksgiving? You eat dinner, right? Your blood sugar goes up. Here's what's happening. You eat that turkey. You eat that all of the macaroni and cheese. You eat all of the food, everything. You just eat the big old thing. You know how when doing Thanksgiving, here's the thing. You want to know what my nephews and I used to do? We used to have a competition to see who could eat the most food, folks. See who could eat the most food, a competition. And when you eat, typically you're supposed to come back down. But when you eat all that food, guess what happens? Your blood sugar stays like this, elevated. You see this line right here, 140? That's the max. You don't want it to be above 140. When you eat, you want it to come down quickly. You don't want it to be 140, like that's the max. But when you eat that big Thanksgiving meal, we just get super, super stuffed. Instead of your blood sugar coming down like this, it's just going to stay elevated. Insulin might try to come in and bring it down a little bit. This is like, nope. It's going to come right back up again. And it's just going to stay elevated like this for hours. Right? It's 10 a.m. You ate at noon. Hours. It may take like 5 p.m. sometimes even longer. 5 p.m., maybe 6 p.m. We'll say 6 p.m. You ate at noon, you ate dinner at noon, big Thanksgiving dinner. 6 p.m. comes, man, your blood sugar is still elevated. It's still way up above there. Why? It's because of the volume of food that we ate. It's not about it is about what you're eating, especially during Thanksgiving time. But during this time, it's mainly about the volume of food that you're eating. How much of it that you're eating. I told you, my nephews and I, big competition. Who could eat the most food? Don't let it be a competition this year. Don't let your blood sugar stay elevated. Here's what this is like. You ever go to the amusement park and you ride that roller coaster ride? And you're just on that roller coaster. And it's supposed to go up and down and whee! you're supposed to go up and down on the roller coaster at the amusement park. But imagine being on that roller coaster ride and you just being stuck at the high spot. You know how you get on that roller coaster and you go at the top of the roller coaster, the top, the peak? Just imagine just being stuck at the peak forever, for a long time, for hours and hours and hours. Like the ride was supposed to end freaking 2 hours ago, but you're still up at the top. And the roller coaster operator is trying to figure out how the hell to get you down. Like, how do we get this guy down? How do we get these people down off of this roller coaster? Because they've been up there way too damn long. That, folks, is what's happening to your blood sugar. During Thanksgiving, your blood sugar stays so high for so long, the damn roller coaster, they just bringing in everybody. How do we get these people down? They've been up there for too long. Typically, it's supposed to be about 2.5 hours. But when you overeat at Thanksgiving and just keep on eating and eating and eating, this thing can stay elevated for 6 hours, sometimes even 8 hours of elevated blood sugar. So this is what happens during this time. What happens during this time? You get tired. You get tired. You don't ever notice after a Thanksgiving meal or after a big meal, you're just like, whoo, I'm going to find the nearest freaking couch. I'm going to find the nearest couch. Moderate eating is how I maintain. Great. That's amazing. Eat in moderation, especially during the holiday season. Can you overcompensate? Can you overcompensate with some berries or something? Can you overcompensate with berries? I mean, if you eat too many berries, yeah, you can overcompensate with them, sure. You know what I mean? But how many berries are you eating? You ain't just eating berries like, you know what I'm saying? But back to the blood sugar roller coaster. This is why you get tired, folks. Because your blood sugar is staying elevated like this, and then it may come down and it may crash. Boom. It may crash like that. And when that crashes out like that, you're done. That means, boom, you're done. You're going to be so tired and hungry. So we can avoid this, though. Number one thing that you can do is, if you haven't gotten yourself one of these plates yet, get yourself one of these plates. Maybe you don't have them this year for Thanksgiving, but you can take your plate with you next year for Thanksgiving. This plate right here is going to be a lifesaver, folks. They're like, well, how much food should I eat? No more than this plate, no more than you can handle on this plate right here. You see this plate right here? That's how much you can handle. You can still enjoy the foods that you love, folks, during the Thanksgiving, during the holiday season. It's just that you got to know how to eat it. Moderation. During this time, moderation is definitely the key. Okay? So don't get yourself caught on this blood sugar roller coaster. You want to know what this blood sugar roller coaster is like also? You go to that amusement park, or you go to the fair, the county fair, the state fair, and you get on that ride. What's it called? The pirate ship. Who's ever been on the pirate ship? Put a me on it before if you've ever been on that pirate ship. You know what I'm talking about. Instead of that blood sugar roller coaster, now you're on this freaking pirate ship. The one that goes around and around and around. You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, Becky Becks. Imagine going on that thing, and sometimes it goes and you get all the way to the top and it kind of gets stuck, and you're like, whoa, whoa, you can see down. You're like, whoa, it's kind of stuck at the top. But imagine being stuck at that top on that pirate ship ride, all the way at the top, just upside down. You're stuck. That's what happens to your blood sugar when you overeat during Thanksgiving. That's what happens to your blood sugar. It gets stuck, just like on that pirate ship ride. Okay. And you know what happens when you're upside down for that long? You want to know what happens when you're on that, and when you're upside down for that long? Here's what happens. You start getting lightheaded, don't you? When your blood sugar, think about your blood sugar. Don't you get lightheaded? When you're on that ride, that pirate ride, you get lightheaded if you got stuck up there, wouldn't you? You start feeling like real, like faint. You ever notice that's how you feel when your blood sugar gets real high? You just start feeling real woozy and not like yourself. You start feeling panicky. Imagine being stuck on that ride. You would be panicking if you were stuck 180 degrees. You'd be panicking. It's the same thing that's happening to your blood sugar. It's in freaking panic mode. When it's staying stuck like that forever. And guess what happens when your blood sugar is high like that? Guess what happens? Now insulin is high, because where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So that's why it's not good to be on this blood sugar roller coaster, folks. Here's what we want to practice during this time. I want y'all to jot this one down. Jot this one down, folks. During this holiday season, jot this one down. I want you to adopt this new rule. And it's called the 80% rule. What's the 80% rule? Well, you can another way you can say it is leave enough room to tie off the sack. What you mean, tie off the sack? During Thanksgiving, instead of stuffing yourself, leave enough room to tie off the sack. Just like a laundry basket. You know, a laundry basket, you don't fill it all the way to the top, do you? Because you wouldn't be able to tie it off. Now, it's the same thing inside of your stomach. Think of your stomach being like that laundry basket. How much food do I eat during Thanksgiving? Just leave enough room to tie off the sack. So you eat till you're about 80% full. You get to that point during Thanksgiving. You ever notice when you're during Thanksgiving, you get to that point where you're just like, I'm full. I'm full, man. You got to take a breath. Like, I got to unbuckle my pants and I got to go sit down and I got to go do some stretches. I got to go do some stretches to see if maybe I can fit some more food in there. No. When you get to be about 80% full, that signal says you should probably stop eating. That's the 80% full. That's enough room to tie off the sack. When you get to that point, when you say, I should probably stop eating because I've had enough, let me stop. That's when you should stop. Don't push past that point. You push past that point, now you're going into the 85%, 90%, 100%. Sometimes you're even going over 100%. Where you just feel miserable. We don't want you feeling miserable during this holiday season, folks. We want you to be able to get out and hang out with your friends and family and laugh and joke instead of just being on the couch in straight up misery. Because I know, folks, that's what I used to do. During Thanksgiving, I used to be in just straight up misery. I put myself through misery during Thanksgiving just to try to out-eat my nephew. Put yourself on a blood sugar roller coaster being stuck. So don't get stuck on this damn blood sugar roller coaster, folks, because it's a never-ending thing. So if this is making sense to y'all on what this blood sugar roller coaster really means, on what it looks like during the holiday season, and how your blood sugar just stays elevated for hours upon hours upon hours, and when your blood sugar is elevated and you're already insulin resistant, folks, that's not a good thing. That ain't a good thing, folks. You know what I'm saying? So what's the range you should spike your blood? So what is the range you should spike your blood glucose after eating in the morning? Well, the range, when you wake up, here's the thing. When you wake up in the morning, you want it to be below 100. You want it to be below 100, between 70 and 100. And whenever you eat anything, you don't want it to go any above higher than a 30. Let's just say if your blood sugar is at 100, you eat something like at the max, you can go to 140. That's called a spike, though. If your blood sugar goes from 100 to 140, that's called a spike. You want to stay between that 20 and 30 range. Those are good. Those are okay. Those are manageable. But when you start getting these big spikes, especially in the morning, you wake up in the morning and you eat a donut first thing in the morning, or you eat a ho-ho Twinkie or ding dong first thing in the morning, probably gonna shoot it up just like I'm talking about, 250, whatever. Doesn't matter. 1 hour gym already. Shout out to you, Karina. My blood tests were done a few months back. I'm reading came back up as a 68. Okay. Your reading came back as a 68. Okay. 68 is kind of low. All right. 70 and 100, but okay. Where's it now? 100 to 140. Yeah. That's if you eat. You don't want it to go above like a 140. Even 140 is high. You don't want it to go that high. That's still high. What if it goes up over 100? It's supposed to go up over 100. After you eat, it's supposed to go up over 100. So that is when insulin comes in. That is the job of insulin. That's fine. It can go above 100. It's going to come back. And then if insulin does its job, it's going to come back to about 100 within a couple of hours. Within 2 hours or so, your blood sugar should be back to kind of where it was before you ate. 2 to 2.5 hours, it should be back to where it was. No spike over 100. No, I mean, if you're going over 100, what do you mean no spike over 100? Not sure what you mean. No spike over 100 points, or no spike over your 70 to 100 right here? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Yeah. So that's it, folks. This right here, put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to y'all. If you guys are not going to be on this blood sugar roller coaster, one of the very first things that you can do on this blood sugar during this holiday season to prevent this blood sugar roller coaster, you could do something as simple as having yourself a nice little salad before the meal. Have yourself a nice little appetizer before the meal. You have yourself a nice little appetizer before the meal. You know what that's doing? You're getting yourself a bunch of fiber. Leafy greens, non-starchy veggies specifically. Things like these are some of the things that you can eat before your meal. You can just eat them as a snack or maybe like an appetizer before this Thanksgiving holiday. Here's what you can do. You can do things like broccoli. You can do things like asparagus, cauliflower, cucumbers, spinach, carrots, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers. You can make yourself a nice little side salad, little side of veggies. Do a little side of veggies as an appetizer. This year, switch it up on them. Do a little side of appetizer, little side of veggies this year. And you can prevent all of this stuff. You're not going to eat as much. If you fill up on a big old thing of nice salad before the Thanksgiving dinner, instead of snacking throughout the day, here's the thing, folks. Let's make a deal. Instead of doing all that snacking and taste testing and, taste this, taste that, taste this, because that's going to put you on a blood sugar roller coaster, especially if you're already insulin resistant. Just do this. Have a nice salad before your meal. Big salad, like leafy greens and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of non-starchy veggies. You get all that fiber. I guarantee you ain't going to be able to eat as much. Like me tomorrow. I'm gonna make a broccoli Caesar salad. Broccoli Caesar. Homemade Caesar salad, folks. Homemade Caesar dressing I'm gonna make. No dairy, by the way. And instead of doing a Caesar salad, I use broccoli instead. broccoli instead of the lettuce or the leafy greens or whatever. Amazing. And for my croutons, I use chickpeas. Chickpeas for my croutons. Listen, I get so full when I eat that. So I know that if I try to go into eat a big meal after that, I'm going to just be like doing a little taste testing. That way, folks, you can still eat the food that you love. You just don't have to worry about it impacting your blood sugar like crazy. Yeah. That's what you can do. Jay, if it spikes over 100 points, if you're already at a 70 to 100, yeah, if you're already at a 70, if your blood sugar is between a 70 and 100, and let's just say, for instance, this is simple math. Let's just say if your blood sugar is at 100, you eat a meal and it goes to 200, then that's a problem. That's too much of that's a serious spike. That could possibly happen during Thanksgiving, though. During Thanksgiving, you eat all that food like that, yeah. That's probably the only time that you can really get your blood sugar that if it's at 100 and you eat something like just go crazy with it, you can get it to a 200. If you go crazy with the macaroni and cheese and you just keep on every time a little bit digest, you just go back and get more. You ever been so greedy like I was? You ever just been so greedy, folks, that you just go and you eat a bunch of food at Thanksgiving and you wait maybe like you go do some stretches to try to like loosen your stomach up a little bit more to see, because you got to have some more room for the pecan pie. You got to have some more room for the sweet potato pie. You got to have some more room for the pumpkin pie. You got to have some more room for the for the not your mama's banana pudding. You eat food like that during Thanksgiving, yeah, it's gonna get there. What's your opinion on using a Stelo wearable glucose biosensor to monitor? I've never heard of that one, but if it's a CGM, great. Sounds like a CGM. CGMs are an amazing tool. They're an amazing tool if you are struggling with type 2 diabetes, or diabetes in general, specific and especially type 1. You ever see a person who's a type 1 diabetic? I mean, they got a CGM all the time. But CGMs are great. This is going to tell you exactly what you're looking at, especially when you look at the graph. This is what you'll see on a graph. If you pull up a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor, you've seen the ones when the people wear it on the back of their arms, continuous glucose monitor, you'll see your blood sugar go up. So depending on what you eat, you'll see your blood sugar rise and fall, rise and fall. The one where you look at it on the graph. You ever see your blood sugar on a graph and you see what happens to your blood sugar after you eat certain foods, man, it'll change the whole game on you. It'll change the whole game. How you doing, folks? My name is Kelley, your Certified Holistic Nutritionist. We're talking about all things type 2 diabetes and all things insulin resistance, all things what happens during Thanksgiving when you eat a whole bunch of food. Now, this is Thanksgiving we talked about. What happens after Thanksgiving? Well, a lot of people say, Kelley, after Thanksgiving, I'm going to be ready. I'm ready because now I'm focused now. Like the holiday's over. I can get back to being me. Okay? I don't have to eat all this food that I know my family made, so I had to eat it. They forced me to eat it, Kelley. If you've been struggling with diabetes for many, many years, insulin resistance for many, many years, if that's you, if you've been struggling with this thing for a lot of years, you've been on this blood sugar roller coaster, you've been stuck on that pirate ship that I talk about. Imagine being on the pirate ship ride from the fair. You get stuck on that thing at 180 degrees. You're stuck upside down. It's gonna suck. If your blood sugar's been stuck for that long, or if you're on that blood sugar roller coaster and it's been just stuck there, and they just say, you know what? The only thing that we can give you is more and more medication. We're just going to give you more and more and more and more and more medication to try to bring your blood sugar back down. Somebody said it's been about 3 years for me. So it doesn't matter how. It could be 3 years. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. It could be 15 years, 20 years. However long you've been dealing with type 2 diabetes, it really doesn't matter. What matters more is, what are you going to do next? Okay? That's what matters more. Not where you've been, it's about where you're going. And when it comes to type 2 diabetes, it is a very, very reversible condition. It is predominantly what you're eating. You hang out with me for 14 days in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, if you're struggling with, if that's you, like I said, if type 2 diabetic and you're struggling with type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar, you've been struggling with it for that long, many years. If that's you, then you should hang out with me in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a nutrition blueprint guaranteed to get you off of this blood sugar roller. That's what the nutrition blueprint is. It's guaranteed to get you off of this blood sugar roller coaster. How do I know about it? How do I know that it's going to get you off the blood sugar roller coaster? It's because it's a proven formula. Saying, who put the formula together? Oh yeah, me. You're like, well, who the hell are you, Kelley? Why should I listen to you? How you put the formula together? Okay, you're a nutritionist. Okay, great. All right, cool. But like, do you know anything else about this condition? Right? You know from an outside perspective, right? It's like, no. I know it from an inside perspective. I know what it means to eat a big meal at Thanksgiving when you're insulin resistant. Look at this guy during Thanksgiving. This guy right here, whoo, you talking about eating? Now this guy, this was right before Thanksgiving too. This was like, no, this is after Thanksgiving. This was like in December. Look, I had already had Thanksgiving dinner. You can tell, right? Thanksgiving is like a week before this picture. You can tell I ate. That's called diabetes, folks. That's called heart disease. That's called obesity. That's called the triple whammy. All three. So I know this condition intimately. I know what it feels like to be you. Okay? I've been there because I was you. Insulin resistance, diabetes, heart disease, you name it. Look. No more diabetes. Now, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Lost all the weight. How did I do that? I did it by changing my lifestyle. Something had to change, folks. Something had to change. Because if nothing changed, nothing was going to change. I guarantee if I hadn't changed, somebody else you'd be on somebody else's live right now. Because that was like 5 years ago. You'd be on 5 or 6 years ago. You'd be on somebody else's live right now. Why? Because I wouldn't be here. Whew. I wouldn't be here. You want to know where I'd be? Whew, I'd be in the dirt probably. That's where I'd be. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's for those people who have said, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you've had that day, what day is that? The day that says, damn it, I'm sick and tired about being sick and tired. Damn it, I'm tired of taking all these medications because it just feels like a bottomless pit of more and more and more medications. That's what it feels like. Feels like you're stuck on a freaking merry-go-round, just going around and around and around, or you're on a treadmill, just going around and around and around. But you ain't getting anywhere. You've been taking all the Manjaros and the metformins, and you've been taking all of them. You've been taking all these things until you took all that stuff until your face turned blue, all of the medications. And as a result, nothing has really changed. Maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. The only thing that's changed in the last 5 years, if the only thing that's changed for you in the last 5 years is your prescription, then it's time to do something different, folks. It is time to do something different. Because if you fast forward another 5 years, you want to know what's probably going to happen? Well, I know what's going to happen. If nothing changes, it's going to stay the same. It's going to stay the same, folks. If nothing changes, if you don't change anything in the next, not even 5 years, or when does it say, a few months, 5 years, just fast forward. Nobody's guaranteed that. If you don't change anything, you don't change anything about what you're eating, because that's predominantly what it is, what you're eating. It's caused you to have high blood sugar, be on this blood sugar roller coaster. If you don't change what you're eating, if you don't change how you're sleeping, if you don't change how you're managing your stress, if you don't change how you're moving your body, you want to know the only thing that's going to change? The only thing that's going to change is your prescription, folks. You're just going to get a stronger one. That's it. We don't want you to have a stronger prescription, okay? We want you to get off of the prescriptions because that's what you said you want. Who would love to get off of their prescription? Put a me in the chat. If you say, you know what, that's me. I would love to kick these medications and not have to worry about, just be able to eat what I want because that's what I want to eat. And I don't want to have to worry about my blood sugar. If that's you, put a me in the chat. If that's you, you don't want to worry about these medications anymore. You don't want to have to worry about this blood sugar. You don't want to have to worry about all of this neuropathy. You don't want to have to worry about any of this. Put a me in the chat. Yeah. Put a me in the chat. Jay's the only one. Shout out to you, Jay. Shout out to you, Jay. Anybody else? All right, we got a couple. All right, Laura, me. You want to kick this thing, right? I'm joining you. If you're joining me, here's the thing that you can join. If you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, if you say, that's me, then you should join that 14-day challenge. It's a nutrition blueprint. Same blueprint that I use. Same blueprint that over 300 people have used to lower their A1C naturally. Same blueprint that people have used to take their blood sugar from a 400 to under 100 during the 14-day challenge. People lose 15 pounds doing the 14-day challenge. It's not even about, the challenge is not even about weight loss, folks. It's not even about weight loss. It's about getting your blood sugar right. But once you get your blood sugar right, whoo, everything else falls into play. Everything else falls into place, folks. Here's where everything is. In the meantime, do me a favor, bebop that screen and then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Insulin resistance, all of that stuff. But if you say, listen, I'm tired of lying awake at night wondering if diabetes is going to steal my future. If you're tired of laying awake at night wondering if diabetes is going to steal your future, if that's you, 14-day challenge is calling your name. Where is it? It's right here. Here it is. So if you click right here and then you click on my picture again, it's going to take you right here. Here it is. You see that link, folks? Link tree. Click on that link that says link tree. Here it is. You click on my picture right here. There it is. Same thing on my other socials as well. But there's all the goodies of folks. This, folks, is like Disney World. I'm telling you. If you're just joining us, if you're new, put new in the chat. If you're new, put a new in the chat. But this link is like Disney World for folks who are suffering from high blood sugar. You ever been to Disney World before? They got a lot of roller coasters. Okay? It's a fun place. This is it. What's on there? The quiz, free quiz, masterclass, 45-minute masterclass where I'm breaking down the lifestyle medicine formula. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Absolutely free, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. There is the PDF. There's another freebie on there. If you have not gotten the PDF, free PDF, go get that. And then finally, right here, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This one, folks, for my folks who are serious about change. Like I said before, if you're ready to get out of that bottomless pit of just taking more and more Manjaros and metformins and all of that stuff, 1,000 milligrams twice per day. You know what I'm saying? That's my prescription. 1,000 milligrams. If your prescription of metformin is 1,000 milligrams twice per day, then this 14-day challenge is calling your name. What is it? It is a nutrition blueprint. Everything that you need is there. All the menus are there, recipes. All you got to do is show up and do the work. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. That's all you got to do. It's a proven system. Over 300 people have done it. And they've got amazing results. What makes them any different than you? The only difference between them and you is they took the action. Because they were ready to take control of their blood sugar. If that's you, if you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, but only if that's you, the 14-day challenge is where you want to be, right here. This is it. Black Friday deal. It's normally $99 to join this challenge. Challenge is the only thing I got to charge you for, folks, is real people getting real results. It's the only thing I got to charge you for. Everything else is free. Here it is, though. But Black Friday deal right here. It's $99 normally. But you use that discount code at checkout, BLACK25, the live discount code, BLACK25. You join the challenge for 30% off. Yeah, $69 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? We don't do $69 too often, 30% off. But that's what's going down right now on this Black Friday deal when it comes to this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You might say, Kelley, well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, man. I ain't starting no challenge right now. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, man. I'm cooking all the food right now. Okay, great. You can take advantage of this Black Friday deal right now. Let's just say you want to say, you know what, I'm going to start on Monday. Okay, let's just say you get it today and then you start on Monday. Monday is what, the 1st? 1st of December? You want to know something, a fun fact? Those people who are going to start on January 1st, you know, those folks that say, I'm going to start on January, my New Year's resolutions. I'm going to kick the meds. I'm going to get in shape this year. This is the year I'm going to be healthy. You know how it goes every year. But here's the thing. But by the end of January or by Valentine's Day, like the gyms are packed in January. But by February, it's ghost town, crickets again. If you start on December 1st, let's just say you start this challenge on December 1st, you're going to be 31 days ahead of the people who said that they're going to start on January 1st. That's a hell of a head start. That's a hell of a head start. In 14 days, are you going to reverse type 2 diabetes? No, you ain't reversing type 2 diabetes in 14 days. It's going to take at least 3 to 4 months to see the overall picture. But here's what you're going to do. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get yourself off of this blood sugar roller coaster. This roller coaster thing that I'm talking about right here, you're going to get yourself off of that. The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the staying elevated forever. It's been people who have high blood sugar, 500. Day 8 on the challenge. Down to 173. Come on. That's crazy numbers. Black Friday deal, use that discount code BLACK25, $69 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Shout out to you, Catherine. Yup. Shout out to you, Catherine. Yeah, hi, joining. Yep. That's it, folks. We talk about this blood sugar roller coaster. Any questions on anything about Thanksgiving? Any Thanksgiving question, like what should I eat for Thanksgiving? What can I eat? What can I not eat? What blah, 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 blah. How's it doing? Any questions? All right, no questions going once. No questions going twice. This is your time to shine. Okay. No questions going 3 times. Any other questions? All right, no questions. All right, well, I'm going to just get back on my rant again. I'm going to get back on telling y'all what's happening with this diabetes, since there's no questions. Okay, there's one. Is non-dairy milk okay to drink? Yeah, non-dairy milks are good, but there's a lot of crap. There's a lot of crap ones out there too, though, right? Certain ones that you want to avoid. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, the one that you want to avoid is oat milk. You don't want to do oat milk. Oat milk is just blended up oats. It's going to send your blood sugar sky high. That's the one you want, oat milk. All right, that's the one you want to avoid. Oat milk and rice milk. Don't do oat milk and don't do rice milk. Those two right there, nah, bad juju, folks. That ain't good. You can do almond milk, coconut milk. You can do pistachio milk, almond milk, cashew milk. Those are the nut milks. Those are better options. All right, let me sit down, folks. All right. Let's see here. Okay, that's it for the questions. All right, back to it. That, folks, earlier what I just gave y'all, that was called the blood sugar roller coaster. You don't want to be on that blood sugar roller coaster. Let's talk more about this Thanksgiving thing, because we know that's a big thing coming up. Thanksgiving, the 4th of July. I mean, not the 4th of July, the Thanksgiving holiday. Here's the thing about that. Celebrations, they come and go. But diabetes sticks around. So play the long game, not just the holiday game. You feel what I'm saying, folks? Celebrations come and go. Thanksgiving is going to come and go. But diabetes is going to stick around. It will stick around. So play the long game. I'm telling you again, play the long game. Not just the holiday game. Because Christmas is coming up too. What we're going to do for Christmas? We just going to eat this. We're going to pig out again. So play the long game, folks. Because here's the thing. If you ignore your health now, you ignore it, it's just going to quietly walk away from you later on. Okay? It's going to quietly walk away from you if you ignore it right now. If you ignore the fact that you got your blood sugars like right now 300, 400, 200, 250. It's going to quietly walk away from you, folks. So, all right, let's see. Y'all got any questions? Let's see if y'all got any questions. Y'all ain't got no questions, man. You know, we tell you we're gonna get out here. We'll get out here today at 10 o'clock. Y'all pretty quiet today, right? I know it's the day before the holidays, so probably everybody's out and about. Y'all are thinking about that turkey tomorrow. I know what you're thinking about. I know what you're thinking about. So we'll stick around today, folks, for about 10 more minutes. But here's the thing. I want you all to take advantage of that Black Friday, Black 25. You want to take advantage of this Black Friday deal. Hold on, telling me to do the little puzzle thingy. Is it mostly sugar, or is it always a method to what you eat, to how to eat, and when to eat? Is it mostly sugar, or is it always also a method to what to eat, how to eat, and when to eat? Yeah. I don't know what you mean by is it mostly sugar, but I can. The second part of that is it what you eat, how you eat, when you eat? Yeah, that comes into big play, especially like I talked about that blood sugar roller coaster. What you eat, when you eat, what you eat. Let's just say, for instance, what do you eat? Okay, you eat a donut. When do you eat it? First thing in the morning, on an empty stomach. That's how you ate it, on an empty stomach. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You do that. That's going to send your blood sugar real high. You eat pumpkin pie for breakfast this Thanksgiving season. You eat a sweet potato pie for breakfast this Thanksgiving season. You eat that for breakfast, guess what's going to happen? It's going to go sky high. And how much you eat, that's even more. It depends on how long you want it to stay elevated. If you eat a whole bunch of junk, it's going to stay elevated for a very long time. If you eat a heavy meal, it's going to stay elevated for a very long time. And when it stays elevated, your blood sugar, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. As soon as you get done eating, why walk? That's a very good question. Haven't gotten to that one yet, but thank you for asking that. Why walk is because your muscles are, let's do something different this year, folks. Let's go for a walk, just like Harry is asking. Why do you want to go for a walk? It's because your muscles are hungry. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you just ate too much of. A whole bunch of food, glucose, blood sugar. So that's why it's good. That's why it's good to go for a walk. Yeah, muscles burn sugar. Exactly. Muscles burn sugar like immediately. It's the only time that you don't have to have insulin. Is when you move your body. You don't need insulin. You need insulin any other time. If you're just sitting around chilling, let's just say if I ate some food and I'm just sitting there, or if I ate Thanksgiving dinner and I sat around and I watched the football game afterwards and I just lounge around watching the football game. Ugh. Your blood sugar is going to rise. But if you went for a walk instead, started using your muscles, it's going to take in, it's going to burn that extra, and that it's going to burn. The muscles are going to eat all of that blood sugar up, which causes your blood sugar to go down quickly or to not raise as high. That's why you need to go for a walk. So let's do that this year, folks. Instead of eating till we get stuff, we said we're doing 80%. Remember the 80% rule from earlier? We're going to do 80%. Leave enough room to tie off the sack. Leave enough room in your stomach. Be like, yeah, I still got about 20% left. Then go for a walk. I came to work 30 minutes early so I can walk around the building. Love it. Laura Lee, love it. That's great. Doing squats right now after my meal. There you go. Squats are amazing, Miss Glucose. They're amazing. Why? It's because the leg muscles have the biggest muscles in there. The leg muscles, those quads, whoo, those really, you're talking about soaking up some glucose. Man, the quads, the legs, the thighs, they're really hungry for blood sugar. So the more you're moving your thighs, squatting, running, whatever, doing calf raises, his leg muscles use the most energy. Hi, can you tell me what's the best protein powder to take daily? I'm trying to exercise daily at 230 pounds. Protein, if you're talking about protein powder, I always suggest a organic pea protein is what I suggest. But there's others who say, I'm not a big fan of dairy, but there's others say if you want to do a dairy protein powder, it will be a whey protein isolate. It's the only one that I'd recommend. Again, I'd recommend you do a pea protein first, but if you say, no, I want my dairy, you do a whey protein isolate. Those are better options. My blood sugar was 117 after food, 148 and the walk. Okay, my morning blood sugar was 117 after, and then food you went up to a 148, and then you went for a walk. Okay, good. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Go up some stairs. Try to go up some stairs. You go up some stairs. Woo, if you got some stairs at your office, man, walk up those stairs. I told you those leg muscles. The leg muscles are the ones that use the most energy. Yeah, they're the biggest. Those leg muscles. Yep, they are. Work smart, not hard. Absolutely. Let's see. What about push-ups or something like that? Yeah, push-ups are great too. Do some push-ups. Push-ups going to use a lot of energy. So yes, use push-ups. Push-ups, squats. This is it. You can be at Thanksgiving dinner, man, doing all kinds of stuff. People are going to be looking at you crazy. Like, yo, why you over there doing like push-ups and stuff? And why you over there doing wall sits after our meal? Aren't you supposed to be over here laying down on the couch with us? You're like, nah, not this year. Not this year. I'm not neglecting my health this year. Because if I neglect my health, it's going to quietly walk away from me. And I ain't trying to get it to walk away from me. Ignore your health today, and it's quietly going to walk away from you. And you don't want that, folks. Just turned 74 years old. Shout out to you, Laura. 74 years young. What kind of protein are you saying? Peak protein? So no, someone's asking about a protein powder. And I gave them 2 options of protein powders. Either you can go to the plant-based side, which is a organic pea protein, is what I would recommend. Or if you're going to go on the whey protein side, you were going to go you're going with the dairy, you would do a whey protein isolate. That's going to be the better option. Those are the 2 protein powders: organic pea protein, whey protein isolate. All right. Recommend you do the pea protein because I don't recommend dairy. But if you want to do what dairy, do the whey protein isolate. No stairs. Oh, okay, no stairs. All good. You can still make it happen though. You can still get out there and do some squats. Do some squats, man. Do some squats when you're just do some squats and just get those leg muscles to burning. When you get those leg muscles burning, whoo, that means that you're pulling in a lot of glucose. I love Eddie Murphy. He should get a car. How do I exercise? Oh, Eddie Murphy. Okay. I get it. That's Eddie Murphy right there. Yeah. How do I exercise with bone on bone knee pain? That's a job you got to talk to your physical therapist about. It's between you and your physical therapist right there. Get yourself a good physical therapist. They'll break it down for you. What exercises you can do with those bone on bone knee pain. I'm not a qualified, I'm not a certified, physical therapist. So with a non-diabetic person's numbers, so with a non-diabetic person number that is high in the AM considered diabetic, well, what do you mean high? Let's get a little bit more specific on that. And what do you mean by non-diabetic? Or if your numbers are high, that means you ain't a non-diabetic. That means you are diabetic. You know what I mean? How long has it been going on? That's a better question. How long has it been going on? Yeah. I'm not yet hamstring tear recovery. Okay. Once I weighed 412 pounds by eating a little, and now I'm at 338. I got 100 pounds more to go. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Once I had 412 pounds by eating a little, and now you're at 238. Got 100. You trying to? How tall are you? 138 pounds. Okay, you're trying to get to 138. The question is, how tall are you? Are you maybe 5'4", maybe 5'5", maybe 3, 2? Yeah. Be good to know. Yesterday was my first with PT. Oh, a physical therapist. Oh yeah. Get yourself a good physical therapist. Oh, 5'7", 138. I mean, that's what you are. Let me see what the ideal weight range is for someone who is 5'7". Let's see. I'm gonna put it in my little handy dandy BMI monitor over here. Okay, hold on. 5'7". 130, what did you say? 138. Okay, yeah, that's a good range. That's good. You'll be right there in the middle. There it is. Look, you're right there in the middle. There it is. You see what that graph is? You're right there in the middle. 5'7", 138, 140, somewhere around there. Yeah, you be in there. You be in there. It's like swimwear, as they say. You be in there like swimwear. So yeah, you be in there. That's a good number for you then. 138 pounds. Yeah, it's a good number for you. Cool. Any other questions? All right, no other questions. Blood sugar roller coaster. Get off of it. Don't be doing it. Don't do it during the Thanksgiving season, folks. Eat your veggies first. To stop all of this stuff, like if you're just joining us, folks, to stop all of this stuff to help it during the holiday seasons when it comes to eating all that food, a quick hack that you can do. You can have yourself a nice leafy green salad or some non-starchy veggies before your meal as an appetizer. You do that, whoo! It's gonna save you a whole lot of. It's gonna save you a whole lot of numbers on that CGM. When you look at your CGM, your blood sugar, instead of it being 400 and something, okay, maybe it's 200 and something instead of 400. Okay, we don't want it to be 200 either. But that's a whole lot better than 400 because I know folks are going to still do what they do. I know folks are still going to eat. I know folks are still going to eat what they want. I'm not naive to that. Come on now. I just turned 47 the other day. I'm not. I know it. I was born at night, but not last night. Folks are still going to eat what they want to eat. And I get it. You got to be smarter about it. Got to be smarter about it. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Couple questions. All right. Y'all coming in with the questions now. Okay. Thanks. Pea or whey protein isolate. Keyword is now there's a different kind of whey proteins. You got to make sure it says isolate on the end. You left that part out. Okay. Doesn't really matter the brand, as long as it's organic pea protein or whey protein isolate. Keyword is isolate. If you see 400, what should you do? 400. If your blood sugar is at a 400, it's time. Not the time to act is not now, but right now. If you see 400 when after you eat, that's high. Grab yourself a ball, right? Grab yourself a ball. Start doing some movement. If you can move, do some movements. Do some wall squats. Do something on the wall. You know how you sit on the wall and you stay on the wall for as long as you can? You let those leg muscles get to burning, and those muscles get to burning. You can do some calf raises. Do what you can to soak up that extra blood sugar, because 400 is very, very high. We don't want it to get that high, but that's some of the things that you can do. I won't stuff myself, but I would like to have a little bit of everything. How can I compensate after that? Yeah. So if you like to have a little bit of everything, number one thing, like I told you before, have yourself a salad beforehand. Have yourself a nice green salad beforehand. You want to have a little bit of everything. Don't be snacking. If you say, all right, I know that I want to have a little bit of everything. Okay, that's good. All right, you want to have a little bit of everything, but don't have a little bit of everything all day. Like you're snacking on this all day, you're eating that all day, you're trying this dish all day, you're getting that dish all day. Oh, let me get a little apple, let me get a little that, let me get a little this. You're just snacking all day. If you wait till the meal, but have a salad before your meal or some nice veggies before your meal, you can still have a little bit of everything. You'll just notice that you're not going to eat as much of it. It's that simple little hack right there. Another thing you can do is apple cider vinegar. Get yourself some apple cider vinegar. Have some apple cider vinegar before the meal. A teaspoon or two of apple cider vinegar. Dilute it in some water. 8 ounces of water. These are things that's going to prevent you from overeating. I thought about going to play ground with strong fence to hold on my legs. Squats. I'm weak. I'm not sure what that means. You tried to go play ground to strong fence? I'm not sure what that means. Yeah. What are you having for dinner tomorrow, Kelley? What we having? So you always got to know what's on the menu. So I'm going to do a macaroni and cheese, but it ain't going to be macaroni. Right? It's going to be, we're doing chickpeas instead. So we're going to do chickpea macaroni and cheese. We're going to do some collard greens. We're going to do some, I know my sister's making cranberry sauce. We're going to do some salmon. And broccoli. My Caesar broccoli. Woo! Caesar, instead of having a Caesar salad, I use broccoli instead. And I make a non-dairy sauce. Woo! Non-dairy Caesar. It's amazing stuff. So that's some of the stuff that we're going to have on the menu for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Some plant-based dressing I think we're going to have. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. So we don't do the dairy now. We don't do dairy. Is it good to get fiber supplements or eat fiber before meals? It is best to eat the real fiber You don't want to supplement fiber. You want to eat fiber. You can supplement a lot of other things. You can supplement like B12 and all the other different type of vitamins. But when it comes to fiber, you want to actually eat that fiber. And where do you get that fiber? You get fiber from, oh yeah, when you go into the grocery store and you see the yellows and the purples and the greens and the blacks and all these different colors of all those different colors mean something. And those are also different fibers, different nutrient profiles, different types of fibers that you want to eat. That's real fiber. Metamucil is not real stuff. Metamucil is not real fiber, folks. The real fiber comes from the source itself. Those leafy greens, all those veggies and fruits and veggies, and those beans. Those are the only things that have fiber, folks. Plants are the only thing that have fiber. The only thing that has fiber, plants. And a bean is a plant. Leafy greens, those are all plants. You got to have those in your diet. Because that's what we need, fiber. The more fiber, the better. Most Americans, most people get minimal amounts of fiber. Because most people don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Most people don't eat a lot of beans. Well, most people ain't getting enough fiber. What about no sugar soda? What about no sugar soda? Diet sugar, is that good daily? Is that good on a daily? It is terrible on a daily. Artificial sugars, artificial soda, zeros, Coke Zero, and diet, terrible. It's not going to raise your blood sugar. No, it's not going to do that. But it is going to make you more insulin resistant. Isn't that crazy? Diet sodas ain't going to raise your blood sugar, but they're going to make you more insulin resistant. And they're also going to destroy your gut as well because it's artificial. You don't want to put artificial stuff that's in a real body. You've got a real body, right? You've got real cells. That's all real. Isn't it? It's real. So why would you put something artificial in something that's real? Think about it. Just like my shirt says, aha. Aha. Why would you put something artificial into something that is real, like your body, like your cells? You ever heard somebody say, hey, pinch me? What's the reason that you want someone to pinch you? If it's like a surreal moment, you're like, oh my gosh, pinch me. Why do you want to be pinched? Oh, yeah. So you can see if it's actually real. That's why you want to be pinched. Isn't it? Isn't it? So don't put artificial stuff into your real body. I want to try old-fashioned banana pudding for Thanksgiving. Okay. You want to try old-fashioned banana pudding for Thanksgiving? Fantastic. Knock yourself out. But here's the thing. Make sure that you eat it last. Eat it as a dessert, as it should be, right? You want to eat something sugary? Eat it as a dessert. Don't eat it first. Don't start your day off with eating old school banana pudding. End your day with that. After your meal, after everything's all said and done, you can eat yourself some old banana pudding. Don't go crazy with it, though. Know your limits. Listen to your body. It's called intuitive eating. Okay, sounds good. Protein dessert. What do you mean, Catherine? Protein dessert? My protein dessert. Yeah, like I said before, we're gonna do some salmon. We're gonna do some salmon. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dessert. Oh yeah, I do. I got a whole bunch of refrigerator. Yesterday we went to the store. We got a whole bunch of refrigerator full of fruits. Whole bunch of different fruit. Like high glycemic index fruits, like things like grapes. I don't eat grapes too often. Sometimes I'll have my moments with grapes. I'll eat a lot. Sometimes I'll eat grapes, and then sometimes I'll go like a couple of months without eating grapes. So I know they're higher glycemic index. But tomorrow I'm gonna eat those grapes, but I'm gonna eat them as a dessert. I got some dates in there. Whoo! Yeah, I'm gonna get at those too. I'm on to dairy again. Okay, if you're on dairy again, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. I don't recommend dairy, but if dairy works for you, knock yourself silly. You know what I mean? Old school diet, eat all colors. Yeah, eat the colors of the rainbows, the reds, the greens, the purples, all of that stuff. The different nutrient profiles. Eat it all. Love it. Eat the rainbow. Exactly. That's what it's called. I feel the playground have stronger and heavy duty poles. What about Ben Fiber Super Greens? What? I feel the playground has stronger and heavy duty poles. I'm not sure what you mean, Ethel. I'm trying to follow you, but you lose it. I don't know. Wait, what are you talking about? The poles? Yeah. Salad, beans, and rice, but measuring the amount of rice, collard greens, turkey, eating turkey first. You want to eat the veggies first. If you want to eat your veggies first, okay, then your turkey. Yep. Then the rest of the stuff. So eat your salad first, your appetizer. Always have an appetizer, folks, especially during this time. Eat your protein second. Okay. It will be your turkey. All right, cool. Or your ham or whatever people are going to do this year. Eat that second. And then finally eat the rest of the stuff last. And you eat it. Here's the thing. If you eat it slowly, you'll notice that you ain't going to eat as much. If you really think about what you're eating, you ain't going to eat as much. You're still going to be able to enjoy the food that you love. You're just going to be like, whoo, I'm stuffed this year. Whoo. And eat until you're 80% full, folks. Don't eat past 80%. Leave enough room to tie off the sack this year. You're like, well, what you mean tie off the sack? Like I said earlier, if you've got a laundry basket full of clothes, folks, do not fill your laundry basket to the top. Therefore, you ain't going to be able to tie off the daggone sack, are you? So when it comes to eating, leave enough space when you eat to tie off the sack. That little space where it says, where it's trying to like, I should probably stop eating right now. I should probably stop eating. But you know, when you push through, you're like, I'm going to push through. I know I'm full, but I'm going to go do some stretches. Don't go do stretches this year and try to push through. Okay? Don't do that. Lentil beans, war foods. Lentils are beans. Yeah, okay. War food. Not sure what you mean though, but all right. Dairy is not my friend again. Dairy is no one's friend ever. Okay, maybe if it worked for you, fantastic, but for most people, it doesn't. So which specific examples do you recommend for which one? There's a lot of examples. Examples of what? I give a lot of examples about everything. I can give examples all day, but you got to be a little bit more specific. Portion control. Portion control is great. I know that this is the Thanksgiving season. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and you probably ain't gotten your plate already. You probably haven't gotten this plate. But you want to get yourself one of these plates. It's called the clean eating plate, folks. Get yourself one of those. That's going to definitely help with portion control. How many grams of fiber offset? How many grams of fiber are sugar? You're talking about net carbs? I don't really count net carbs. I don't. In my programs, we don't count net carbs. We just focus on eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. You focus on that, you ain't got to worry about too much about net carbs. If you're eating quality over quantity, it's about quality. Yeah. Can you send me a good veggie salad dressing that you talk about? Well, all my veggie salads are inside of the 14-day challenge. That's where they all are. 14 days. Speaking of the 14-day challenge, that's a great one, right? That's a great one. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It's a 14-day blueprint. It says if you follow this nutrition blueprint, you've been struggling with your nutrition. You've been struggling with high blood sugar due to your nutrition, because that's what it is. It's been your nutrition that has caused it. It's been poor nutrition over the years. There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you're eating. It's 14-day challenge is going to expose that. It's going to bust that myth. Bust the myth of I got to take all these meds for the rest of my life. That's the thing about type 2 diabetes, folks. You don't have to take this medication for the rest of your life. I'm not the doctor. I can't prescribe you, tell you get off and on your medication. That's not what I'm doing. But what I will tell you is type 2 diabetes predominantly is caused by what you're eating, from what you've been eating and what we've been eating over the years. A lot of crap, as I call it. Carbonated junk, refined sugars, all the junk food that you could possibly imagine, artificial stuff, Skittles, Ho-Ho Twinkies, Ding Dongs, M&Ms, all the different colors of M&Ms. That's all artificial stuff. And finally, just processed foods altogether. That's the thing that's mainly causing it. We can take medication until we're blue in the face, folks. We can take a lot of medication. We can take medication until we just go into this bottomless pit of more and more and more and more medication. You know anybody like that? Put a me in the chat. If you know anybody that has just been struggling with, they just been in a bottomless pit. It's just year after year, they just get more and more and more and more and more medication. If you know anybody that's them, that's their situation, put a me in the chat. If you know anybody that their situation is they just on an endless roller coaster of just medication and it's just their whole life is just drowning with medication. Put a me in the chat if you know anybody who's struggling with that. If you do know anybody who's struggling with that, tell them that the 14-day challenge is calling their name. What is it? 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Real food, real people, real results. It's been people who have joined this 14-day challenge, taking their A1C from an 8 to a 6, taking their fasting blood sugars from a 500 to under 100. From people who have been taken off of their medication by their doctor. I told you before, I'm not the doctor. I can't take you off of your medication. I can't do it. But I can show you, and I can tell you, and you can prove it to yourself the whole time you've been struggling with this condition for year after year after year, the whole time you've been struggling. You want to know what it was? It was your diet. You hang out with me in this 14-day challenge. That's what we're going to do. We're cleaning up your diet. Do you have to start the challenge today? No, you don't have to start the challenge today. You want to get the challenge today because we got this Black Friday deal going on. Black 25, $69 to join the challenge instead of $99. It's normally $99 to join it. We don't go with $69 too often. So use that discount code BLACK25 at checkout. Where is it? It's linked in my description, linked in my bio. Click here, click right up there. Or click on my picture again. And you click on that link that says Linktree. It's going to take you to the 14-day challenge. Where? Use that discount code BLACK25, live discount code, $69 to join that 14-day challenge. Where your blood sugar is never going to look the same. Your life, the whole trajectory of your life is going to change. All because you showed up and got outside of your comfort zone. 14 days, we're going to take you outside of your comfort zone. That's it. You can get outside of you can be uncomfortable for 14 days. Is it going to be easy? No, it ain't going to be easy. That's why it's called a challenge. But when you get on the other side of it, everything that you want is going to be right there. That's where it's going to be. But you got to go through the pain first. Action is your shortcut through the pain. If you take action, that's going to be your shortcut. Like, well, what's the shortcut? Taking action. You're going to have to go through some pain. But action is your only way through the pain. It's the only shortcut. It's to take some action. And if you're ready to take some action, if you say, that's me, I'm tired of diabetes whooping my butt. It's been whooping my butt for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 3 years. It's been whooping my butt. And you want to know a fun fact between you and me? If you don't do anything, you want to know what's happening? It's going to continue to kick your butt. And as the years go by, oh, it starts learning. It starts learning how to like kick your butt even more. You ever notice that year after year after year, the condition gets worse? You ever notice that? I don't know if you know, maybe I don't know if it's me. But type 2 diabetes is a progressive disease, folks. It's a progressive disease. That means, what does it mean to be progressive? That means it gets worse over time if you don't do anything. If you're ready to do something and not let it progress, 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code BLACK25, $69 to join that challenge. Let's see. A couple of questions. What about red apples? Yeah, red apples are great. Red apples are great. Either with the skin, the fiber is great. No grapes, blueberries. No grapes, blueberry is it good? Yeah, blueberries are a much better option. I told you I got some grapes now because I'm being adventurous. But for the holidays, it's my dessert. But berries are strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, a much better option than grapes. Absolutely. Playground fence or poles are strong. No, you don't have to do a playground. You don't have to do a playground fence or squat on some poles. You can do the squats and the poles at your house. You don't have to do, if your knees are bad, you can do calf raises, right? You can do calf raises. Use the soleus muscle in your calves. Those are great. I'm trying to find a way to get stronger legs and squats with a strong device. Yeah, that's what I say. You can start with if you say your legs are weak and you got bad knees, start doing some calf raises. Right? I don't know if you got some weight to lose. Maybe you got some weight to lose. We'll get that weight off. Get the inflammation out of your knees. You hang out with me in those 2 weeks, we're going to get that inflammation out. Okay? Because here's the thing. When you fix the blood sugar, you fix the inflammation as well. When the insulin comes down, the inflammation goes down as well. Little quick story. Back when I was overweight, when I was obese, when I had diabetes, I tried to go run. I used to have to wear all these damn leg braces. Why? Because there was a lot of inflammation. But once I lost all the weight, changed what I was eating, I don't need any leg braces anymore because the inflammation is gone down. I can do squats. I can do all that stuff. So that'd be a better question. Do you need to lose a little bit of weight? That'd be another question. Where can I find Utterly Amazing? Utterly with D's. UDDER. Utterly Amazing. You can find it everywhere. YouTube, whatever. Punch it in on YouTube. You'll find it. But not the T's, the D's. Utterly Amazing. Utterly Amazing. You're right. Don't forget the health blind spot like sugar-free. Oh, yeah, it's a good one. Thank you, Riyal. We talked about sugar-free earlier. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, but Diet Cokes, diet, and all of that other stuff, zero. Yeah, that's just sugar-free. You see anything that says sugar-free, you run the other way. That means that it has artificial stuff in it. It just says sugar-free. And when you eat sugar-free stuff, guess what happens, folks? If you're a real sugar addict and you eat some sugar-free stuff, guess what's going to happen? You're going to crave even more real sugar. It's because your body is intelligent. Your body, I don't know if you know this or not, but your body is one hell of a piece of machinery. It's a very intelligent piece of machinery. It's you underestimate how smart your body is. You do. Yeah, I promise you do. Here's an example. Like I said, if you're a sugar addict and you drink some diet stuff, you try to eat some artificial stuff and all that stuff, your body's going to be like, do you really think that I am that slow? You really think I'm that ignorant? Okay, I'm very intelligent. I know that you just gave me some artificial sugar. So as a result, smart ass, you know what we're going to do? We're going to cause you to crave even more sugar. Because we know that wasn't real. We're not even going to count that. Where's the real stuff? You give me more artificial? Okay, we'll put that. That's cool. But where's the real stuff? And you're going to keep craving more and more and more sugar. Real sugar. It's a little fun fact about sugar-free. Me, I know someone who lives in medication. Yeah, they live in medications. Then the 14-day challenge is calling their name. If they live on medications, 14-day challenge is calling their name. A lot of people prefer to live on medication. I don't get it though. I don't understand it, but that's a lot of people's preferences. They prefer that because they feel that it's the easy way out. Because that's the thing about human beings. Human beings, we don't want to get outside of our comfort zone. Human beings hate pain. Anything that's painful, human beings hate it. Hate it. But for us to get anywhere, for us to grow, here's what's going to happen. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you want to grow, let's just hypothetically say, I don't know, you want to get your A1C to a 5.3 or 5.2. Let's just hypothetically say that you want to get your blood sugar to under 100 all the time. But right now it's at a 200, over 200 all the time. So for it to get to be under 100, you got to do something different. You got to grow. You got to grow into a different person. Because the person that you are right now is not the person that you need to be to get it to be under 100. So you're going to have to change some things. Who you are right now is going to have to change. What you're eating right now is going to have to change. How you're living your life right now, your lifestyle right now is going to have to change. If that's what you said that you wanted to do, get your blood sugar under 100, something in your lifestyle is going to have to change. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to grow in a certain area. And that's the thing that most people don't want to do. Most people ain't going to do. I damn sure know I wasn't going to do it. Because you got to have enough reasons. If you got enough reasons, you'll get out. You'll find a way out. But if you don't have enough reasons, we'll just make up an excuse. Like, oh, hell no, man. I've been saying I want to get off of these medications for years. I've been saying I want to get off of these medications for years. But here's the thing. A lot of people tell me that because they find out I'm the guy who helps people with diabetes. A lot of people tell me that. But then when I tell them what they got to do, how they got to change, how they're going to have to make some changes in their diet, you know what most people tell me? Peace. You see their whole face go blank. The whole face go blank. Because they know that it's going to take some work. They're going to know that it's going to take some getting uncomfortable to get what they want to achieve. So that's what it's going to take, folks. Everything that you want and don't have is literally outside of your comfort zone. That's where it is. If you're ready to get outside of your comfort zone, that 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code BLACK25. It's calling your name. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Yeah, they say my sugar level is under 7. Okay. They say? I mean, is that what it is, though? Yeah. How do you feel about that? If you're talking about your A1C is under a 7, how do you feel about that? That's the better question. Where can I think I already answered the question about utterly amazing. I already answered that one, Nikki. And it's utterly, UDDER, utterly amazing, utterly, not TTER. Okay. Let's see. I don't understand that either. Living on meds, my family members heard meds shaking my head. Well, it's not for you to understand, Catherine. Because it's not for us to understand it. This is the only medication that you can prescribe that has to be prescribed to yourself is you. The only I can't prescribe you this medication. The doctor can't prescribe you this medication. Your friends, your family, your spouse, like nobody can prescribe you this medication. Only person that can prescribe yourself lifestyle medicine is you. You're the only person that can prescribe yourself this medication. And most people ain't going to prescribe it to themselves unless things get dire. When things get serious, it'll get serious. When somebody says it's time to amputate, it'll get serious. You may consider changing. Most people, you may consider it. You're not going, you may not, you probably won't, but you may consider it. When they say it's amputation time, double amputation time, when they say, all right, you're losing your vision, you're going to lose your vision, you may think about changing. A thought may come to your mind, but at the end of the day, you probably ain't going to change, because that's how human beings are wired. That's how human beings are wired. We're wired not to change. We're wired to stay comfortable. That is human nature. It is visceral. What's visceral means? Deep. That's what visceral means. Just like visceral fat. You ever see someone who has a big belly? That's called visceral fat, aka they've got fatty liver disease. When you see someone's stomach who's really big and it's hard, that's called visceral fat. That's the most dangerous kind of fat that there is. Now, that's different than subcutaneous fat. Subcutaneous fat is the jiggly stuff. You see the jiggly stuff, like jiggly stuff? That's called subcutaneous fat. But the jiggly stuff, yeah, that's good. You need that. It's what we need for energy. It's our backup energy supply. But visceral fat, that's not backup energy. When you see someone's stomach and it's really big and it's hard, you're like, it's hard. That's from years and years and years of fat accumulating on your liver, then goes to your pancreas, then it goes to all of your other organs, your heart, all of that stuff. You've got all of this hard fat. It's deep. That's what visceral means, deep. It's deep in your organs. That's why it's hard. It's very, very dangerous stuff. It's one of the first signs of insulin resistance or fatty liver. Usually someone who has a big belly like that and it's really hard, they've got insulin resistance. They probably got type 2 diabetes. Yeah. Real stuff, folks. Visceral fat. What's up, Leola? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I've been at 200 for mad long, and I've been drinking gallons of water. Okay. Well, define mad long. Define that. How long is mad long? Because mad long could be like, you know what I mean, like a week. Mad long could be like 2 weeks. Mad long could be like, man, it's been like 3 years, man. That's mad long. So it just all depends. Drinking water, it's great to stay hydrated. But we got to find out a little bit more. So that's it, folks. We'll be here for about another 20 minutes or so. Because today, you don't want to know what I'm doing? Like I always tell y'all, you got to do something hard. You got to get outside of your comfort zone. You want to know what I'm doing today, folks? It's going to be the last day of me doing it for a while because the basketball season is picking up. But here's the thing. I'm going to go cold plunge again. Cold plunging. It's got me traumatized, folks. Jumping in that cold water. Whoo. Man. Contrast therapy. Go from the cold to the hot. Cold, hot. Oh, my gosh. That cold is no joke. Yeah, yikes. That's what I did for my birthday weekend. I just went biohacking the whole weekend. And that cold water, folks, I'm telling you. When the water is 43 degrees, you ever gotten in 43-degree water and see how long you can stay in it? I thought that I was doing something. You know, I take cold showers, right? You know, you get into the hot and then you go in and you take a cold shower. Woo, you feel good. You're like, yeah. It's cold. It could be cold sometimes. But when you jump into the cold, You jump into a cold plunge, 43 degrees, your whole body is submerged in coldness. Man, it's just like you question everything. You question your whole life. Most I stayed in, I think I stayed in 90 seconds was the max. I stayed in 90 seconds. That was it. And then you go to the sauna, the red lights and all that stuff. Biohacking. It's great for immune support. So if you want to strengthen your immune system, biohacking. Go do some contrast therapy. Hot, cold, cold, hot, cold, hot. It'll shock your immune system. Make your white blood cells go whee, kick into high gear. Fight off infection. So you have less colds. You get sick a lot less. If you cold plunge a lot, you're going to get sick a lot less. Expose yourself to different temperatures like that. Shock your immune system. Put your immune system outside of its comfort zone. When your immune system goes outside its comfort zone and experiences things that it never experienced before, that only makes you stronger. Makes your cells more resistant. And you want to know what it also does? It makes you more insulin sensitive. Did you know that cold plunging can make you more insulin sensitive? That's one of the benefits of it. But it's cold though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have to be able to get out, but that's my challenge in the next 30 days. All good. Well, you know what your challenge is. You got to step outside of your comfort zone. If that's your challenge, step outside of it. Because everything that you want and don't have is literally outside of your comfort zone. So all you got to do is step out, and everything that you want is literally right there. What is it that you want? Oh yeah, you want to get your blood sugar back, right? You want to get off the blood sugar roller coaster. You want to say, you know what? I want to get off the bottomless pit of more and more medication. If you're ready to get off of that bottomless pit of more and more medication, join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Normally $99, you join that challenge. $69, use that discount code. What is it? Black25. That's it. 30% off. Live discount code. I did not know that cold plunging makes you more insulin sensitive. Yeah, cold plunging is a monster. It's a monster. It takes your whole body and it just, yeah. Makes your whole body more resilient. The thing is, you want to end, when I talk about the cold and the hot, you want to end with the cold. You don't want to end with the hot. You don't want to end in like the sauna or the hot tub. You want to end in the cold. You want to let your body, when you get out of the cold, you've been so cold, you want to let your body warm up naturally on its own. You're warming up naturally on its own. Your body's kicking into high gear, like burning more energy, utilizing brown fat, becoming more insulin sensitive. Yeah. Biohacking, a hell of a thing. Same result from cold showers. The cold showers is different. Similar result, but not the same. Like I told you, I take a lot of cold showers. I take the cold shower. I think I'm doing something like, yeah, I'm resilient. I take cold showers. When you jump into a cold plunge, cold showers, it's got nothing. It's like a freaking walk in the park compared to doing a real cold plunge. It's like a walk in the park. How many minutes should I walk after every meal? At least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes of moderate intensive movement. At least 10 minutes. Pick up the pace a little bit, right? We're not talking about a walk where you're just going around stroll and looking at all the beautiful flowers. And no, we're talking about when you're picking up the pace, when you're moving. That's what we want to see. At least 10 minutes of it. Preferably 10 minutes after breakfast. You can do an easy way to do it. 10-minute walk after breakfast, 10-minute walk after lunch, 10-minute walk after dinner. Ideally, you want to do 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day of moderate intensive movement. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Got it. I can do that. Yeah, shout out to you, Jazz Stein. Shout out to you. How's everything going? Ah, but yeah, that's it, folks. During this holiday season, Jesus, I'm giving y'all the game. What do we say? Number one thing. Y'all remember that? Number one thing is to eat some veggies before that meal. That's the number one thing. Eat some veggies before that meal. You can have a little a tablespoon or two of apple cider vinegar before your meal as well. 20 minutes or so before your meal. Within 20 minutes. You can move, right? We talk somebody asking how long should you move? You can move. This year, instead of sitting on the couch and eating all of the turkey and all the stuffings and all this and just being so getting comatose because you ate so much food, like, oh my gosh. Instead of doing all of that, here's what you can do. Go for a walk. Move your body. Go do some wall squats. It's going to help tremendously. Yeah. So I said, any other questions, folks? Any other questions about this holiday season? But like I told y'all before, y'all don't have any questions, but like I told y'all before, for those of you who are ready to join that 14-day challenge, for those of you who say, I'm ready, let's just say if you start on December 1st, let's just say you join the challenge, and you say you don't start the challenge until December 1st, that's Monday. That's enough time for you to get all of your supplies. That's Monday. That's December 1st. You're going to be 31 days ahead of the people who said that they're going to start on January 1st. Because everybody starts on January 1st, right? It's the new year. New year, new you. You know that saying, new year, new you. You know that saying. You're going to be 31 days ahead of them. That's a hell of a head start. You don't got to wait till January 1st to get your stuff right. You can do it right now. Not now, but right now. That's how much of a head start you can have on them. Shout out to you, Grandma. If you want to have a 31-day head start on the people who are starting on January 1st, put a me in the chat. If you want to have a 31-day head start on getting your health back to where it needs to be, put a me in the chat. If you start your wellness journey on December 1st, which is Monday, you're going to be 31 days ahead of them. But here's the thing, here's the difference between you and them. By the time the end of January comes, by the time February comes, Valentine's Day, most people are going to be stopped by then. Most people are going to stop. Because the newness goes away. The resolution goes, reality kicks in. You're going to be 31 days ahead of them. But when you do this challenge, and you get these amazing results like everybody else is doing, you know what that's going to do? That ain't going to stop you. That's going to keep you motivated. That's going to keep you like, oh, I see results. What kind of results? People who joined this challenge got amazing results in 14 days. People have been taken off of their medication, like real stories. Someone who's 80 years old who joined the challenge, her A1C was an 8, now it's at a 6.5 after joining the challenge, and she's 80. So age doesn't matter either. So you can give me that stuff like, oh, I'm 62, I'm 65. Well, you're 62, 65. Okay, are you 80? Because she's 80, and she did the challenge. And her numbers went down. Her A1C dropped the point from an 8 to a 6. I'm 60. I get it all the time. I'm 65. Am I too old? Are you too old? That's a good one. You want to know the only time that you're too old? Is when you're in the dirt. When you're in the dirt, you're too old. It's too late. I want to join. Okay, got you. I'm about to show you where it is. Bro, how can I get in contact with you? All my stuff's here. Look. I'm going to show you where all my stuff is. Show you where it is right here. If you click right here, and then you click on my picture again, here's where all the goodies are, folks. You see that link that says Linktree? There's a link that says Linktree. Right there. Click that link. Here's where all the goodies are. I'm going to show you where all this stuff is. Over here on my other socials as well. You click that link in my description, but here it is right here. There's a quiz. It's a free quiz right here. There's the masterclass, free masterclass. There's a spot to, where is it? Book a call right there. You can get in contact with me right there. You can book a call. All right. There's a PDF. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, goodies on here. But yeah, I start right there with booking a call. You can start there. But then, like I said, there's a quiz, masterclass, all types of free stuff on this page. There's a PDF. There's all kinds of resources for people who are suffering from high blood sugar, people who are suffering from type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, gestational diabetes, all these different types of forms of insulin resistance. This is a lot of resources on my page, a lot of free stuff. Just go download it, all kinds of stuff, right? But here's the thing. For my folks who said that I need more than just knowledge, I need more than just like a bunch of information, man. I need help. Like, I need real help. Okay, well, what kind of real help do you need? You like, I need help with, I don't know what to eat. My blood sugar's out of control. I'm stuck. My blood sugar's stuck. I can't get it below 200. Somebody just said they just drink water. Hopefully that'll help. Just drink a bunch of water, see if that'll get it down, but that ain't even working. Okay, if that's not working. If you tried everything and nothing has worked, then it's time to do something different. I got to be honest with you, folks. I just got to be can I be honest with you, folks? Let me be honest with you. If you need help and you said that things need to change, things hasn't changed. You've been doing the same thing for year after year after year. If that's you, if you've been doing that year after year after year and nothing has changed, then I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you that. For things to change, something is going to happen to change. You're going to have to change. Because all the outside force is going to stay the same. Diabetes is going to stay the same. All of the junk food out here, all of that stuff is still going to stay the same. All the Mountain Dews are still going to be out here. All the Coca-Colas are still going to be out here. All of the Ho-Ho Twinkies and Ding Dongs and banana puddings and all of that stuff's still going to be out here. None of that stuff's going to change. All the medications are still going to be out here. Like, none of that stuff's going to change. It's always been here. It's not going to change. So with that being said, if all of that's not going to change, the only thing that has to change is you. If everything else stays the same, you're going to have to be the one that changes. And I know that's a tough pill to swallow. You like, man, bump you, Kelley. Middle finger to you, Kelley. I ain't changing what I'm eating. Okay, you can say middle finger to me. You ain't going to change. But I can tell you this. Diabetes doesn't care who you are. Diabetes doesn't care. It is the most destructive condition that there is. Insulin resistance is one of the most destructive conditions that there is because insulin is the most important hormone in the body. And if you're resistant to the most important hormone in the body, that cannot be a good thing, folks. Think about it. Most important hormone in the body, you're resistant to it. Is that or is that not a good thing? It ain't a good thing at all. It's not. It's a very bad thing. Let me just keep it real. But you know what's causing that? It's what you're eating. It's what you're eating that's causing that. And if you're ready for things to change, if that's you, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Because what are we focusing on? Oh, yeah. It's the C in my formula, clean eating. Focus on clean eating for 14 days. Let's just say you start on December 1st. You're still going to be 31 days ahead of those people who start on January 1st. You're going to have a head start on those people. And if you're ready to have a head start, you join that 14-day challenge. Black Friday deal. We're getting ready to get out of here in 10 minutes. If you want to join, now is the time to join. $69 to join that challenge. If you use the discount code BLACK25, use that discount code, things are going to change. Things are going to change. If you show up, you do the work, and you do it again the next day. What's going to change? Oh, yeah. Your blood sugar is going to change. What do you mean it's going to change? Well, it's going to get out of that nightmare. You know how you're in that nightmare right now? Taking more and more medication? But like Catherine was saying, some people just take more and more medication and it doesn't bother them just to have to take more, get a new prescription. They're so excited to get a new prescription. There's a lot of people out there that are very excited to get a new prescription. But you want to know what the best prescription is? You can take all the medication that you want, all the Manjaros and metformins, and you can take all that stuff until you blue in the face. For real, for real. But it ain't going to make a damn difference if you don't take the real medicine. And the real medicine is what's at the end of your fork. You hang out with me in this 14 days, and as little as 14 days, we're going to prove to you, you're going to prove to yourself, actually, that the whole time that you've been battling diabetes, the whole time, it's been what you're eating. And when you hit that and you do the challenge, and after 14 days and day 15, and you realize what happened to your numbers, you're going to realize after 14 days, this is what happened to my blood sugar. And you're going to be like, damn, I've been battling this for 10 years, 15, 20. Yeah. Tat B. There are people that, somebody said over here on my other side, there are people that do like taking medicine. Yeah. Medication. They are. Because they believe that it's the easy way out. The only thing that's going to change, the only easy thing about that, the only thing that's going to change is your prescription. Ask yourself, what has this medication done for me? Has it lowered metformin artificially lowered my blood sugar artificially? Or when I stop taking it, what happens? Oh, it goes back up. And not only that, the side effects from metformin, who knows what that major side effect is from metformin? Oh yeah, I know what it is. It's called sudden explosive diarrhea, right? You ever notice that whenever you take metformin or whenever you got introduced to metformin, it like tore your freaking stomach up. Your stomach went wacky. Hey, your stomach went wacky. I've heard the stories about sudden explosive diarrhea. There's some horror stories. Those are some of the side effects. So you can take all the medication that you want, and it may artificially lower your numbers. But the second you go back to normal, the second you go back to doing what you're doing and stop eating all that and doing what you want, eating what you want, your numbers are going to go right back up. You ever notice that? You ever heard the stories? You've heard the stories. How people take all these GLP-1s, and at the end of the day, what happens? Oh, yeah. When they stop, their numbers go back up. You've heard those stories. Why is it that their numbers go back up? Well, here's a simple answer. It's because they didn't get to the root of it. They didn't get to the root of what the real issue was. And what is the real root of the high blood sugar? What is the real root of the insulin resistance? What is the real root of it? The real root of it is it's what you're eating. That's the root of it. You fix that, I'm telling you. It's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you're eating. You hang out with me in 14 days, I'm going to show you that that's what it is. You're going to prove to yourself that that's what it is. Use that discount code BLACK25. You join the challenge for $69. Black Friday deal. $69. Join that challenge instead of $99. Let's see. Sometimes my Siri changes what I'm saying. Oh, freaking Siri. Shout out to you, Becky. I've lost 23 pounds in 60 days just by following Kelley's plan. Shout out to you, Becky. Shout out to you, Becky Beck. 23 pounds down. 23 pounds down. So Thanksgiving is coming up. So you're just going to eat smarter during Thanksgiving. You're going to eat what you're planning going in for Thanksgiving. You're just going to eat a little bit smarter. You're probably not even craving the same food that you've been craving all this time. 23 pounds down. Shout out to you. I haven't gone hungry one single day. I sleep better. I'm more balanced when things go wrong. Amazing. The brain fog is clearing up, right? Amazing. That's amazing stuff. I love it. Love it. What do I eat? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, leaner sources of protein, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, fish. That's what you eat. Leaner sources of protein. Another major side effect of metformin is renal failure. There you go. It's another major side effect. There's a whole bunch of them. Renal failure. Yeah. Whole bunch of them. I'm now pre-diabetic from my doctor. If you're Charles, if you're not pre-diabetic, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. You use that discount code BLACK25, join that 14-day challenge. If you're pre-diabetic, gestational diabetes, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction, you're suffering from any of those conditions, 14-day challenge is calling your name. That's what I recommend. I recommend either you can do a couple of things. You can go get all the free stuff on my page. There's a lot of free stuff, a lot of information. Or you can just say, you know what? I'm about that life. I'm a guy who likes to step outside of my comfort zone. If that's you, Charles, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code BLACK25, $69 joining that challenge. But other than that, there's a lot of freebies as well. There's a quiz, masterclass, totally up to you, boss. But if you're ready for real action, you got to the point where you say change is not just desire, it's downright necessary. 14-day challenge is calling your name. Pre-diabetics as well. Pre-diabetes means you're already sick. It just means it hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all pre-diabetes means. It means if you don't change right now, it could eventually get bad. Because that's the only time that two people will change. Pain and a fear of future pain. If there's no pain involved, if there's no fear of future pain involved, human beings aren't going to do jack. When it comes to getting outside of our comfort zone, if you ain't in enough pain and the fear of future pain, you ain't going to get outside of your comfort zone. Usually the people who join the 14-day challenge are those people it's only a special breed of people who join that challenge. Those are people who say, I'm ready to get outside of my comfort zone. They're ready. If you're ready to get outside of your comfort zone, join the challenge. I fast for 15 hours. Amazing. That works for you. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Some days I go for 15 hours too. Amazing. Love it. But all right, folks, it's the top of the hour. We're going to get ready to get up out of here. Like I said, if y'all want to join that challenge, if you're ready for change, use that discount code BLACK25. But until then, folks, we'll be back. We'll be back later in the week. We won't be back tomorrow. We'll be back later in the week. We'll be back again we'll be back on actual Black Friday. That's when we'll be back. Black Friday. I think that's going to be the last day of the Black Friday deal. Black Friday, of course, is Black Friday. But until then, folks, here's what I want y'all to remember. During this holiday season, you're going to go see friends and family. You're going to go see your parents. Heck, when you go see your parents, you're going to realize, like, yo, you look like your parents. When you're born, here's the thing. You look like your parents when you're born. That's who you look like. You're going to look like your mom, your dad, one of them. But when you die, you ain't going to look like your parents when you die. You want to know who you look like when you die? You look like your choices.